Hello, hello, how are you all doing today? I hope you're all doing nice, fine, and dandy in all of that very specific order. How are you all doing? Hello, 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 hello? Ultimate Stare? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Ronnie Sweep? We'll see. I'm doing great. We got a tournament up and coming right now. We got Witch Wars starting here in about 20 minutes. This is sort of pseudo pre-stream, sort of getting everything set up and making sure everything works well, and we can all get shit together. I'm glad you're doing well, Hunter Lord. Hello, Marmacoy. Marmacoy? I'm going to say Marmacoy. Young Keat, why would you say that? What's Witch Wars? It's a tournament I'm holding. Whoa, that's crazy. Where members of my community will be competing in Guilty Gear Strive. It's called Witch Wars. It's because I love witches and I needed a name. Tonight we pog. Very true. For tomorrow we will weep. The winners will pog. The losers will weep. But tonight we feast. You here to be shot round one? It's okay, there's a loser's bracket, because this is a double elimination tournament. Whoa! Ain't that just the thing? That's right, this is a double elimination tournament, which means if you're out first round, don't worry. They could still come back. Reze Tard, good to see you. Glad you're here. Glad you're around. Really, you got echo? Fuck. Why am I echoing? Am I echoing again? I hope not. Am I echoing? Am I good now? Am I echoing? Hello? Okay. Very good. Alright. Sounds good on my end? Great. Hello, just wondering what the name of the background theme is? Right now, this is Endless Despair, the LA vocals, sung by the person who sang the, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance songs. That is the same, vocalist who did Terumi's LA vocals, which is really cool. I can't hear you now. There are too many goobers in VC. Well, simply leave the VC. It's that simple. There's Combo Breaker, lol. I mean, that happens. Combo Breaker happens. All right. We have a list of lovely competitors here, which I will now show to you all. We have a list of lovely competitors here, which don't worry about the balloons TD6. Where I definitely was not playing balloons. That definitely didn't happen. Anyways. We have a list of lovely competitors here today. We have a lot of interesting, fun people that we're going to be able to see today. We'll be streaming all of Top 8 and the associated losers bracket for Top 8. And we'll be watching some of the pools in and around. The first match we're going to watch is between Rezatard and Pink55, which is going to be an interesting one. They're two pretty interesting people who I've interacted with a few times. Round 2 on pools, we'll either watch one of these four compete, and then we'll get into that top 8 there. Some standout people who I am familiar with, people to beat. Trash, I believe, is a very good player. I say I believe, but he kicks my ass and basically everyone else's. I think at one point he was the ranked #1 Anji at some point, so that's funny. UMA Enjoyer is a very high-playing Gold Lewis. That's going to be something interesting to watch out for. Envy, I remember, is also a very good... Last time I remember they played Biken, but they entered as a soul, so we'll see how that goes. King of the Grapes was in our one-button tournament. He was the May, and he made it almost to the top 8 in that one. That's going to be something I look out for. Ruz Willis, an outstanding Axel player. We got a pretty good list of people here to joining with us. Envy, you're being slandered? It might be. I might be wholly misremembering, but I remember Envy at some point playing Biken. You can't even hear the music? Alright, so that's what we got today. I have one other surprise with us today. Let me see if I can get hold of our surprise. Okay, we're going to be listening to Awakening to Chaos next, which is another LA vocal from Blaze Blue. Alright, we do have another surprise, and we're going to see if we can set that up real quick. Rooting for not Anji, crazy. Wild you would say that. We do have a singular surprise, and that's about it. But we're looking forward to this. We're getting everything set up. I'm going to open up Guilty Gear here real quick. And, oh, I get to show you my stream overlay that I have for tournaments now that I made. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh, this is the shitty version. Hold up. This is the awful version of Awakening to Chaos. Hold up. Where is it? Where's the good version? That wasn't it. That was Awakening to Chaos 2, which is the bad one. Awakening to Chaos 1 is the good one. There we go. This is it. We found it. Holy. Without my permission, huh? I'm sorry that I had to do that to you. Do another tournament when you do crossplay beta? 100%. Crossplay is something I want to test out, so long as it's good. Nice VTuber model design. Thank you. I came up with the design, and I worked with some people on Fiverr to help me out with it. And then I learned how to reverse engineer it, and I made some more. All right. Let's see. Oh, no. All right. Bum bum. Hey, hey, hey. Here we are. Please work. There we go. So we got that all set up, which is pretty cool. And we're gonna see if everything. All right, I believe our final surprise is with us here now, or he will be in a second. All right, so this is the stream overlay. You're not going to be able to see the VTuber for this one. I know, tragic, horrific even, but alas, it is what it is. All right. Joining us now, my fellow co-commentator, please introduce yourself.
Hello, hello. My name is Saute Boy.
Saute Boy, thank you for joining us today. I sent you a list of players, a few standout ones. Why don't you tell lovely people what you do? They probably know you more than I do, but alas.
Alrighty. So, if you don't know me, I run a, let's say, a lesser known, I say I'm lesser known than you. A lesser known YouTube channel.
I think highly suspect, but yeah.
I mean, you have like double the amount of people following.
You get far more views. Look, we're not going to worry about it. We're going to focus on the tournament that we got going on here today. We got a lovely 32 batch of people showing up, and we are going to get stuff set up for our very first match, which is going to be between Pink 55 and Reze. Reze, I believe, if I remember correctly, is... Let me find this up. A Baiken player, and Pink 55 is going to be a Potemkin player. So Potemkin Baiken matchup. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting first match. I'm going to set us up on a waiting screen while I set up a room, and I'll send you that code real quick.
Alrighty. Let me... Shoot, I haven't even started the game up yet. Let me do that real quick.
That would be very wise. Alright. Create a room. Okay. There's the room code. Join at your own pleasure. I'm going to go ahead and at the competitors. Let me get my competitors in this. Oh. All right. And to all the other wonderful, wonderful, lovely competitors who will be joining us today, it is player one's responsibility to find a park or a room that they may play in, which is why you have the competitor chat to find each other.
Joining the room just a second.
Okay. Okay.
Alrighty, we're in.
Very good. Alrighty then. Let me open up all my stuff up back again. And here we are. Alright. Don't mind me playing Happy Chaos. Alright, our first competitor has arrived. Your voice is a little quiet. Let me up that for you.
Alrighty. I can always move closer to the mic if needed.
Yeah. I think I just had you a little low because I think at some point, I forget what it was, but I think we were in a call and I just, I forget why, but I just remember it being really loud. I think I might have had a headache that day. All right. Let's see. It might be the mic. It might be. Everyone's a Nirvana fan. And we are waiting for Pink. You're in a VC right now, I believe. Oh, they might be in a match right now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're sitting in the Discord playing on Celestia.
Oh yeah, I just joined there just to check it out.
That's funny. Let me just.
That it's who do you say it was?
It's Pink, but they go by Lily in the server.
Ah, got that. Okay.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's funny.
Where can I?
There you go. And they should be here, ready to go. Oh, they're going up to that top one. Hold up. They moved that to the top one over here.
Yeah.
Okay. And there we go.
Ready, we're in.
Alrighty! We're entering into the first match. And let's see how it goes, shall we?
This should be an interesting match.
What
Potemkin versus Biken.
Very true. What do you think about this matchup?
I think it's interesting to see how the how people viewed this matchup starting out to now. I think that right now is very suffocating for Pot, even with the Bike and Tether, which used to be seen as a positive for Pot, but not really much anymore.
That's true. We're gonna get a start. Knife, good old flick pressure, keep going on. That thing's gonna frame trap a bunch of people, especially if you're getting really antsy wanting to press a button. PRC drift into the Potemkin Buster. Low damage here. Gonna get hit by that 2K media, and it's going to be a first game for Pink. Moving into the second round start. Heat Knuckle calling that
Picking
out.
up Johnson, I believe.
Yeah.
Now Reze in the corner, but finding his way out.
Gonna be blocking the gold burst. Getting the knockdown, getting in with a close lash meaty. Moving forward, 5K!
Ooh, that was very close to a wall break right there.
Oh yeah. Drifting in, grabbing that grab, missing the meaty on that far slash. This could be bad if they're able to pull it back here. This is time for a hero moment on Reze's side. One interaction and it's dead with Potemkin's chip.
Yeah, really any move would kill.
And that 2K is going to seal the deal. The first game going to Pink here. Moving into game 2.
Round start Mega Fist. Not able to punish as he's blocked in the air. We'll get the Zansen, but Pink decides to burst.
Gonna burst that out. Gonna be playing the neutral. This is where Biken shines here. Gonna be trying to poke out with S. Yo,
Pink just playing the patient game and just waiting to react to what Reze does.
Miss the Mega Fist. Gonna get grab punished here by Biken. Gonna get tethered. Hit with the 2K 2D. You're gonna get that wall combo here. Is the super going to connect? It looks like they missed the super. Still going to get a little bit of chip damage.
But Reze decides to go for the offensive burst.
All right, but Potemkin able to make their way out of the corner here, back to this sort of patient game, which is where Pink really shines here, waiting for that 6B, waiting just to call out their pokes. Slide head.
There's the anti-air as you saw before, but Reze didn't decide to push a button at that moment.
Yeah, wanting to bait it out. Didn't press a button necessarily to stop it. Gonna get hit by the Gigantor.
Ooh, this time Pink decided to go for a meaty command throw, but that didn't quite work out.
Not quite here. Gonna be throwing that out, missing the far slash. Going for the jump H punish there. Interesting choice. PRC drift again into the Potemkin Buster.
Landing frames, I believe.
Gonna get that Yozansen red RC going into an air combo. Gonna get caught by that super armor there on slide head.
Oh, Ping just goes for the walk up gold burst. But Reze gold burst back. Now he's got a full stick of butter to work with. Pink in the corner. This is really good for Reze. But Reze just needs one opening, uses the gun, but doesn't take advantage of that.
Not quite. Using gun pressure, gonna get grabbed here. You're now playing Potemkin's gang, going for the 6K media into the reversal!
Doesn't quite kill though. Potemkin guts go insane. But we'll catch him with a 2H. He might try to backdash on wake up.
Not necessarily always a bad option, especially with close slash Kyle W. You can be calling out the jump with the heat knuckle. Slide hidden, going for that deceptively large hitbox on 2K for Potemkin. I can't list the number of times that's hit me when I'm like, nah, I'm far enough. I'm good. Can I get the knockdown there from Reze? Blocking the slide head, instinctively going into Hammerfall. Calling out with Yozansen, 2H, TK, and a red RC. Going for a wall combo here.
And now we'll go for the wall break. Give Bike and positive bonus.
Bike and positive bonus is a scary thing. Going to PRC drift forward after calling that out for a double 2H into Heat Knuckle.
This is going to be some pretty good damage, but that will build Reze's burst. Looks like he's going to go for the gold burst to break out of that reversal super. Almost got the same round start again.
Oh! And the Heavenly Potemkin Buster catches! This is going to be a lot of damage. I don't know if Reze is going to survive this. Definitely not. Taking the second game for Pink here. This is a best first to 3. We are going into game 3 here.
I think that is really bad that I thought HPB was going to whiff there.
I did too. No, typically I thought that was just going to straight up whiff. Hammer Fist round start. Going to catch the jump S.
I think Reze is really scared of the throw way too much, more than they should.
You're building a lot of fear, especially a lot of respect around Potemkin, which is where he gets a lot of his game. As an Eno player, we all get a lot of respect when the opponent, you know, just kind of begins to fear your tools.
Yeah, and now he's going to go for the Gigantor. Reze's just stuck at that part. Couldn't do anything about it.
The Gigantic buffs really helping with that one, being able to special cancel out of those. Catching with the Yozansen, TK. Potemkin's getting a little low on life here. If you're able to get a solid combo off, you might be able to take it back.
Yeah. As you saw there, against once again got hit by the meaty, probably fearing the throw once again.
Getting some bike and corner pressure started. That 2H catching Pink twice there.
A great reversal throw from Reze just to catch. Oh, sorry, Pink to catch Reze.
Going for a jump H meaty, getting shot with the Glock. Going into an air combo, whiffing the jump D. A little unfortunate here. Going into...
Able to capitalize off of punishing slide head right there.
Going for the Mega Fist round start. It's a tool that's hard to beat. You can't just normally anti-air that. You typically want to jump into the air to deal with that.
Yeah. But even then, blocking it or getting hit by it isn't even the worst thing because he is negative on both block and hit.
Impact pressure goes crazy. A little hesitant there on the punish with the jump S. You probably could get a lot more if you just really quickly push that out.
Ooh, almost tried to burst bait, but Pink just delayed it just a tiny bit.
Going for the 2H, going to get caught by that Gigantor Kai. Into the Potemkin Buster, which I believe is going to close out the very first round of Witch Wars with Pink. Moving on into round 2.
I found it very interesting going into the 6K into Potemkin Buster setup. I don't really see that often by Potemkins.
Yeah, it's I played a little bit against Pink in my server a little bit. They are a very big fan of that tick throw pressure of just hitting you with 6K and either going into a low, into another why am I forgetting the name? Garuda Impact or going for that tick throw there. All right.
Yeah, it's very scary up close pressure with Potemkin if you don't know what you're doing.
Very true, very true. All right, let's go ahead and look at the game reports here for who's moving on. It looks like Svi beat X-Saber. He's moving on 0-3. Pretty good, I would say. Oh, there you go. Hold up. Spy 3, X Saber 0. Yep. All right, but we are interested in the next game here that we are going to observe between either Jackman, Sammy Slaps, K20, Guard Crush, or Drawer. Trash is also moving on into his round.
About as expected, it seems.
Trash is going to be the name to beat here. He is a very high-ranked, a very good Anji player. K20 moving on, beating Drawer, going 3-0. Not bad at all. X0 beating Wonder out there. 3-0 as well. Envy versus Minus. A lot of 3-0s on this start. Appears
it usually tends to be the case with these first few matches.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how seeding works, it tends to get very polarizing with how top players being matched with not as good players. I mean, obviously we're all
there's a decent number of people here who are pretty much beginners. Which it's good that you're showing up for tournaments. Good that you're showing up, hanging out, showing up to tournaments. The only way to experience is getting better and showing up. All right, it appears as if Jackman beats Shammy 3-0, which means we have our next one, which is going to be Jackman versus K20. K20, a very good Milia player. And Jackman, I believe, if I remember correctly, let me find him real quick. I'm looking through the player list here.
Per chance?
That would be interesting. I mean, he might.
Oh, no, it's Leo.
He's a Leo player. Leo versus Milia. That's going to be interesting there.
Both mix up heavy characters, but Leo just so much stronger in the neutral.
Oh,
and a lot more suffocating pressure, I believe.
Leo,
much more damage.
Oh, for sure. Leo has a lot more ability just to press buttons and gain control of the corner. But, with his mix-up being able to easily grab punish, so on and so forth, it's going to be interesting for see how they're going to deal with that.
I think one thing that K20 is going to look out for in this matchup is the flash kick. I think that's the most important thing to be looking out for, because Leo's flash kick just beats everything. And it has no regard for cross-ups either, because it's a flash kick.
Mm-hmm. All right, waiting for K20 to enter in here. All right, looks as if Sir Knight is a no-show, meaning that we're going to get a move on here for... Where is he? For Potion Seller. Potion Seller moving on to that next one, going up against Pink here, actually. Or against Spy. Alright. Moving on. We're waiting for K20 here. Where are they at? Let me find them again.
I am curious. It says that the entire top 16 is being streamed. Is that correct?
No, it should just be top 8.
Okay, because both top 8 and top 16 are on stream.
Oh, got you. Oh, that's right. It is. Yes. We are streaming the loser side of the top 8.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
If you still have time for that,
no, I should be free.
Okay. Very good. All right. As we wait for K20 to get in here, we have more reports going in. We get Glacius moving on with another no-show. Unfortunate, but it is what happens with a free-to-enter tournament sometimes. Okay. K20's here to rock.
All right, we're going straight into it.
All right, let's see how this rocks.
Both very high level players.
Ah, yes, they
812 and 1000. Those are numbers I haven't reached yet.
Same here. It's difficult climbing Celestial sometimes. Are we gonna get a nice jump back? Milia not wanting to engage with Leo, which is smart. His buttons catch you off, and Milia can just explode from Leo's pressure. Setting out the Fireball, wanting to play a little bit of neutral, doing the anti-air 5P and back turn stance.
Ooh, but that 50-50 is going to catch him right there.
Oh, yeah. Milia
wasn't able to convert too much, though.
And that is a constant problem.
Oh. Or is that?
Might as well be. Going into back stance here in corner. Gonna get caught with that jump 8. That sweep gonna hit you, hitting you with the 2K into the flash kick. Setting up the Fireball to build some pressure. K20 is going to jump over that there. YRC wanting to burst the pressure. Not close enough for the grab, and you're going to be punished for that.
Jackaman tried to go for the round start call out. K20 baiting out the DP, going to bring him all the way to the corner. Cross up into another disc. Jackaman just holding it, but now he has the pressure and back to neutral.
All right, here we go. Moving back. Leo going to retake the corner. They're going to eat a lot of damage here.
That'll be huge damage for Jackaman right here.
Gonna get caught by the 2-3 success there. Capel gonna hit you with that anti-air. Stepping back against the grab. Gonna get that burst and the grab there. You're playing Milia's game. OTG Bad Moon stealing off the second game. Capel jumping over the 6P, getting that punish. I mean, that's what Capel's there for. It's the anti-air.
K20 just holding this mix, just can't really seem to get out of it. I think this is death.
Oh, with a super like this deals so much damage. K20 gonna die here, getting sent through wall. Shmeep going to go ahead and take game 1.
That was just so hard. Leo's pressure is just so suffocating, so fast. And he doesn't necessarily need knockdown to do it either.
No, he does not. He can really just force you to play that. All right, moving in 2K2D. We got the knockdown, which is where Millie wants to be, spending the burst, which is smart.
I'm gonna flash kick to anti-air.
Run up hit with that 6P. It looked like they were going for a 2S, but I mean 6P is a kind of a god button in this game. 6P does a lot for you.
Oh, for sure. Especially because it's going to be incredibly useful for snuffing out a lot of Milia's air approach, which you're going to see which you've been seeing K20 do a lot.
Moving in close slash tick throw pressure. Why be a mix-up character when you can simply do some strike throw? You're just defending the cross up, but you're still going to hold the rest of the mix.
Ooh, now Jackman's going to have to hold that. Going to the 2K low.
The same side is the best mix-up. The greatest mix-up is the threat of one.
It really is. K20 going to snipe him with the 2K 2D lows. Going to bring him into a knockdown situation. Baiting out the DP. Going for another throw. This is setting up her setup once again. Great throw from Jackaman.
Right there, getting it with the 214H, building that plus frame guard crush.
Could have supered and probably killed there, but...
Probably wanted to hold on to the meter. Probably wasn't confident about it killing with a little bit of scaling going on there. Probably. YRC return for YRC. Ooh. K20 holding on to that burst, and you see Shmeep there really just wanting it to bait it out.
Great backdash from Jackaman. That's a setup that if you don't backdash, you're going to have to hold the cross-up overhead.
Zooming in, getting air thrown after they tried their air throw themselves. Getting that cross-up. Leo crossing up in corner. That's a new thing he has in Season 2. And, man, it adds a new level to his mix. No longer do you think you're safe when you're in corner.
Ooh, no. Too high for the gold burst. This is going to lead to a hard knockdown, setting up for pressure once again, and that should be closing out the first.
Welcome back to the hair blender.
K20.
K20 taking game 2. Moving on to game 3 here. It could be anyone's games here still. Feels like they're still feeling each other out on this one.
Great backdash. Cat punishing the run-up throw once again.
That 2K baiting out the lows. Going to get hit by that. Tumbled into corner. That meaty overhead forcing him to block high. Blocking the burst.
This should be very close. Just needs one more hit.
Guard crushing, you're forced to hold that, and that is another overhead. Taking game 1 of game 3. Cross him to cross up an overhead.
K20 just holding it right in the corner. Great block. Great throw
Grabs
from
the cross
K20.
up here. Let's see where they go from this. 2S and a hair car here, setting up disc once again.
I believe this is the wall slump, but he's just going to go for the super.
Gonna go super on the
Go for
hard knockdown.
And positive bonus.
Millie with positive bonus is a character to be reckoned with, especially when you have access to stuff like that. Capel cancel.
Ooh,
Missing
could've
the
killed
close
there
slash
if he read our
OTG.
speed, but not quite. Has a full stick of meter. Uses Capel.
Capel's gonna send
Capel's
it through.
such a strong move in this patch.
Capel is a crazy strong move. That's a real nice buff that Millie players are feeling, I'm sure. Lust Shaker didn't hold on for the entirety of Lust Shaker there, getting hit by the tail end of it.
Another great throw from K20. He's starting to grab a lot more of those cross-ups.
Going for the 5K to break out of the corner, but getting grabbed for it.
Shinny bursting him into the corner, but another throw. K20 again. K20 just doing such a good
For
job.
another throw here.
Yeah.
Sending him back
many
into
throws
the
is that in
disc.
that round?
I think that was
so
4
many.
throws. Millie as a grappler here.
You really weren't that bad.
Yeah, he's going. K20 just going to have to burst there. That would have been so much damage. Oh, another throw on that cross up. That is a combo now, actually.
That is
It's a very
true
cool
now.
one.
All right, let's see here.
Ooh, the wire seas is going to catch him at the last half of that cross up. Going to keep him into the corner now. Close to wall break, but K20 chooses to drop it.
Yes, sir. Gonna get hit
Great
by that
first bait.
Leo close slash.
This should corner carry. No, not quite. There it is, the 6H into turbo fall throw mix up.
Moving forward to here again, hitting that, going into the wall. Going for the meaty instead of, I think you could have comboed into that with back turns 5S. And
Ooh,
going
great
that air throw.
Just catch Milia.
All right, and that's going to be another game for Shmeep here. Moving on into game 5. It's a pretty close match between two very good competitors, starting with the 6P. Wanting to keep things grounded. Close out trying into throws. Strike throw here with
Ooh,
Leo.
This is going to be very tough. And that should be death.
Moving into that super here. That deals
Was
a
that
lot
a
of
perfect?
damage. No,
not quite.
It was no, it was not.
Did get hit once.
Oh, moving over there with Capel, going for that cross up again. Once again, now a movement tool, a cross up tool, and a combo extender. Moving through, getting in with that hair car. YRC breaking the pressure, going in, hard knockdown once again. Blocking!
Baiting out the DP, not able to get a good punish off that though. This is going to be huge damage for Jackaman.
It's
Also
almost
putting him in a very good position.
It's almost one interaction each on both of them. If K20 can't kill here, he's going to have to compete with Leo once again, hitting by the flash kick. Bursting out.
Punishing the hair car. I think this should be death. There
And
you go.
this is game here. Shmeep taking game 3 from K20. Very well set played. Both of them very back and forth. Shout out. Yeah, you did very well. Jackaman moving on into the top 8. We got some other game finishers here, if I remember correctly. Envy beating out Devil Wolf 3-0 is also moving on to the top 8. We have Trash versus Zero Error moving on themselves. 3-0 in Trash's favor. He's cleaning up bracket here. Spy beating Potion Seller 3-0 is also moving into the top 8.
Lots of 3-0s we're seeing.
Well, this game can be very back and forth. Okay. I need to report losers real quick. All right. Looks like we're moving into the top heat here, letting everyone finish out their games. Fix those. Did I get Pizza Joe? Did I wrong? I did. Okay.
Top 8 or just top 16?
Top 16.
Yeah, this is top 16.
Yeah. My apologies. I was wrong. Forgive me, please. I am a fool
It's okay.
sometimes.
The on-stream thing would confuse many.
Yeah. All right. Getting here. Apologies. We're waiting over here. I will send a bracket link in the chat for you all so you can check out the bracket as it's being updated live. Doing my best to update it live, I should say. Oh, Lord.
If you need me to help, I can do that.
Yes, if you can. Can I sign you as an editor for this?
I think so. I'll have to give you my name, though. Hold on.
Okay, got you.
I know it's a lot of stuff to keep track of.
I'm trying to use this new program. Before I was using Excel spreadsheets to keep track of brackets, which
Right. That's
not
what it was.
optimal.
No, not at all. I cannot imagine doing that.
Yeah.
Right. It just needs to be the username, right?
I believe so. Let me get this set up.
All right, I'll send you that.
Thank you.
Let's see if that works.
Thank you. Okay. Settings. All right. Where is it?
Think. Yeah, it should be in like the tournament settings, I believe.
Okay, so I'm in settings now. It says host, tournament name, URL, description, game type, format, grand finals, predictions of voting, experimental features, advanced options.
See, yeah, I've done this before. I just don't remember where the stuff is. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me start reporting those real quick while we try to find out exactly how to set this one up. We will only improve as time goes on. I guarantee it. Somewhat.
It's just the test tournament.
Yes. It's the test.
That's how it be.
We'll call it the test, yes.
Hey, you're at least doing a much better job than the last one I took part in.
You know what? We'll take those.
No, though I will not say what it was because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
We're not throwing any no shade around here.
But if you're watching, if he's watching, then he knows what I'm talking about.
He knows. All right. Okay. Let's see. I think X-Saber moved on since Sir Knight wasn't there. Don't think Duckster or Reze have fought yet. Sam Slams versus Drawer is 3-0 in Drawer's favor. And Foog did not arrive, leading for minus. Rez Willis did not show up, which means they're there now. And I believe we're waiting on a few more to arrive.
Also, make sure you are playing your loser matches. There's a lot of them down here not completed yet.
Yes. Some of them I don't think I've reported, but I believe yes. If you are in losers bracket, until you reach the top 4 of losers bracket, you are just go as quickly as you can through them.
Yeah.
How...
Just do your loser matches as fast as possible because there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
Those are usually the matches that keep the tournament running for longer.
All right, I'm just looking this up. Hold up. All right, how to make someone an admin? Settings. Oh, advanced settings. Okay. You do that one. Yes, there we go. Share admin access. There we go. Perfect. And now I can give you all that.
Very
Okay.
sweet.
And save changes. Oh wait. Were you added? I sure hope so.
Let's see. I'll refresh the page.
Oh, it says it's searching. It's attempting to find you.
Okay, just searching.
Yeah. Oh, there you are. Okay, and then I will add Dime. This one as well. All right, and we'll get started on who we have established right now for top 8, which I believe is going to be... There we go. I believe you both have been added, and we should be good to go. We're going to start with our first round of top 8 that has been established right now, which is Jackman and UMA.
Top 16.
Top 16, apologies. I am very foolish and very silly. Forgive me. So let me add the two of them. Okay. At UMA. At Jackson. Let me find the room code. Okay. Okay. Let me send the invite to the room, and we'll get them loaded up in here.
Alrighty. This will be Leo versus Gold Lewis, if I'm correct.
Yes, yes. All right. Leo versus Gold Lewis is going to be an interesting one. Looks like he's matched up with Soul right now, or at least in a room. That might just be maybe something a little different that we didn't anticipate here. All right, moving on to our first round here of top 16. UMA versus
Oh my
Schmidt,
God, look
we
at
have
that
just
level.
seen. Yeah, UMA is he's a big old boy, we'll call him. Both his character and himself. We're gonna see some Gold Lewis gameplay here. Starting off nice
Here
and
it is.
strong,
Here's the Gold
Behemoth.
Lewis pressure we know and love. Great backdash, but it's going to catch him with the 2P. And goes for the wake up grow. Ah, the drone's going to wall break.
Drone's gonna wall break him there. Moving forward, keeping himself with a PRC. Overhead clashing with the DP?
Yeah, there are no hurt boxes there.
Gonna be blocking that one. 5k stagger pressure, hitting it with the close slash.
We tried to mash out with a 2P, but not quite working out.
Gonna get bursted, forcing Gold Lewis to play the neutral, which is where he is weak, quote unquote, until he gets the drone out. And here he is, keeping the pressure all by himself. Go forth, my child.
Ooh, the 5P to pretend the buffer, I'm guessing.
Oh, and getting what damage you can, crossing up, gonna be able to block that overhead, forcing him into a weird situation where he can't quite cross up. The only thing he can go to is extend a bit of pressure. Gonna get the air throw.
Jack and Man just on point with these air throws so far.
Really calling him out,
Like,
letting
not just
him know.
in this match, but like in the previous match too.
Yeah, he really lets you know you can't get away with that, and he's gonna force you. Moving in, crossing up in corner. Gonna take game 2 here in game 1. I just realized how big Uma's name is.
Acting Uma and just waiting for his opportunity to get in. Go for the throw into the corner, and that'll be a wall break.
Sending him through, you get Leo with positive bonus. This is where he's dangerous. You can get a really bunch of messed up block strings here without all that extra meter. That's only if you're able to get started. If you're having to worry about drone, if you're having to worry about Gold Lewis's pressure, you're not going to be able to do much with that.
Ooh, just waiting for the flash kick. Yuma with no burst, so he's just going to have to hold this. But he's just going to go for the throw, getting himself out of there.
Doesn't matter if you DP, the drone is there to catch you. Shmeep's going to be able to take game 1 from UMA here.
Round start overhead. All right. I see you.
I mean, if it works, it works. You see Shmeep beginning to respect a lot more. You saw him sitting there waiting and crouching. The ever complex of Mario wants to approach Guile. Moving in. Moving up, down, carrying him to corner. Guard crushing him himself. UMA, one of the founders of Guard Crush, getting Guard crushed himself.
I think that will catch the backdash.
It does indeed, setting up to the sky, hitting him with that meaty 6-8 into Skyfish. They're carrying the game over
Who does
here.
that? I don't think people do that.
UMA does that, and that's why he is beloved. Starting off with a round start flash kick, rather bold. Going along the ground.
Yuma just throwing out BTs just to catch Jackaman's approach.
And we get that good old Gold Lewis mix, that back scratcher, I believe it's somewhat called.
Jackaman just lost so much health. Like, that did more damage from Chip than the actual combo.
That's the Gold Lewis special, baby. UMA taking game 2 here after that stellar wall bounce. Man, watching Gold Lewis combo people can be exciting. You just watch him bounce all over the place as he swings you around.
His combos are very fun to watch. Baiting the burst.
Out
this is
the
going
burst.
To be big damage.
Wall bouncing into the 5K, crossing up into a flash kick, though. Calling that out. You could die here. What?
Baiting, just shimming him right there.
Shimmy the grab, getting caught by the drone. Kid named Typhoon. Sorry. Every once in a while, I'll check in on chat, and they've just said the darndest things. Calling out the flash kick, not quite getting the punish. Enough time to block there.
Draining Jackaman of his meter right now. Going to the big counter into the drone setup. It's very scary.
Gold Lewis with meters. A meter is a Gold Lewis who keeps corner. Catching him with them guard points. Low after low after low with the back turn kick. Want to stay plus there. Baiting out the throw, shimmying him. Going for another throw himself.
Yet another throw. Going for the air throw once again. There it is. The raw BT catching Leo's approach. That'll be a baited burst, but doesn't quite punish in the way I was expecting.
It never quite does. He's a very odd character like that.
I'm not sure if that was a misinput or if that was intentional, but it really did work out.
Knowing UMA, it was probably intentional, and he's 2 steps ahead of you. That man is a wizard at turning the stick. Changing 2-piece there, running up into the throw, saying hello.
There's the flash kick. Yuma just doing such a great job at spacing out these flash kicks, which is very important to do, especially in this matchup.
He's flying behemoth, catching
the
him onto the wall.
There it is.
Gold Lewis jump scare, moving in, catching it overhead. Man, that 5K pickup is nasty.
This should be dead.
And that is game for UMA. 3-1. Not bad. Good stuff on the side of UMA and Jackaman.
Jackaman just not allowed to start his game plan at all during those matches.
When you go up against a good Gold Lewis, they're really good at making sure you do not play the game.
And he did a lot of, I think, a very strong option he was representing. An option you see a lot from Gold Lewis players is just 2P to mash out. Because 2P will go into Behemoth.
It will. I mean, 2P is a great option for Gold Lewis. I mean, it starts your game first up.
And it's also disjointed.
That is true. There's a lot you can do with 2P. It's a good button, especially since it leads into more Behemoths, allowing you to get that knockdown.
Yep. And it allows you to buffer into Behemoth's Raw.
Oh man, what a silly button that is, huh?
Man, I I see Gold Lewis players anti-air with 2P more than they do with 6P.
That is
It is
true.
wild.
Very true. Okay. I got some more reports in here. Duckster moving on, it appears, into the side 3-2. I believe actually Dimmy's taking care of these. Dimmy, let me know if this is true, if you're taking care of most of these. Glacius is on PlayStation. Oh. Oh, you didn't get the memo? That's rather interesting.
Oh, we have a PlayStation player here?
Yeah, so apparently Glacius is on PlayStation, not a
Oh.
yeah,
Then wait, so is the player Glacius played in round 1 also PlayStation?
No, they didn't have their competitor round 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
What an interesting turn of events.
A very interesting turn of events. Quite true. All right.
There's not really much we can do about that, can we?
Not much, I am afraid. All right, Pink Lily moving on into top 8 with Spy. Let's go ahead and get those two up in here. Let me at Spy and Pink. Get them in here as we go into our next round of the top 16.
I versus Pink. Alrighty.
That is going to be another Gold Lewis versus Potemkin, the two beefiest lads battling it out. Let's see how they're able to do it, huh?
This is such a bad matchup for Potemkin. I just want to get this out here.
I just want to let you all know perfectly clear right now.
It's like Potemkin has his Garuda, which is like his main pressure tool, but then Gold Lewis just has Garuda, but better.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I believe our other sections of top A has been finished out. Looks like we're getting Envy versus Voss. We're getting Trash versus July is Free, and Pink versus Spy. Let's go ahead and watch the first round of this top 16, which is going to be Pink versus Spy. Let's go ahead and reset these wins as we go into this match. Mind telling the audience why this is such a bad matchup for Potemkin?
The reason why it's such a bad matchup for Potemkin is because he has no reversals and no good match option to get out of Potemkin's to get out of Gold Lewis's pressure. I think that's one of the biggest things. Because his jabs are painfully slow and 4 jabs, and now his only reversal, which I mean, let's be honest, didn't really work as a reversal before. Doesn't really, it's not invincible anymore.
Fortunately, as the old Potemkin player mindset is, Buster is a 5-frame option if you're brave enough. Moving in, Spy's gonna break wall here on Pink.
Oh, the forward BT is just gonna catch the Mega Fist right there.
Mm-hmm. Bringing into the game here, 6H, Mega Fist in. Gonna start a little bit of pressure. Backdashing Garuda, which is bold. That thing has caught many a backdashes before and has ruined careers. Gold bursting into the 6K to build, not only break free, but giving a lot of meter to Gold Lewis.
Oh, there it is, the JD. Going to catch the Potemkin Buster. The Whip Buster with a super.
Into the 3-cranked super. Close slash getting that meaty counter hit.
Pink just going to burst. Not really much they could do in here, but they're going to get the 2H hit. Going to Garuda pressure.
Trying to bait out the 2P, but there's Garuda. Ever present.
The Mega Fist just keep catching something. I think it was catching the backdashes before with Spy.
It might be. Whatever Spy is trying to press, it's getting caught by that Mega Fist. Gonna get caught there, like we said. Backdashing that Garuda impact is dangerous. I believe there's a new 5K link, I believe, there after the Mega Fist for some strange combos there.
Ooh, going to catch him with the 2H into Heat Knuckle. This should kill.
I think this kills.
That
Pink
is
taking the first game. Holy. Good on Pink, taking this rough matchup, as Salty said before, and getting a perfect off of it. Pink's campaign to start and getting off started strong. Something.
Am I the only one who has this frozen screen?
No, I believe they're. Oh, connection's been lost. Ooh. What has happened? Oh no. we
Oh,
experienced typical...
I think they're still playing their matches. We'll probably have to wait for them to back out the next one.
Oh no, they got kicked out. Or we're gonna commentate on the health bars here.
Oh, Gold Lewis getting that first hit. Potemkin also trading another hit.
Hits lowering, another health bar lowering down. This is the... All right, we got kicked out of the match.
Oh, this is going to be big for Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis getting more damage off of Potemkin right here. Potemkin getting very close to death. He might still have burst.
He might. Who knows?
But who knows? He might save his burst for the next round.
All right, looks like Gold Lewis took that first game. They're wiping out that health bar.
That was a very strong play from Gold Lewis right there.
Very strong play. A lot of ground-based footsies there, as we clearly saw. I mean...
But Potemkin just not being allowed to breathe because Gold Lewis gets yet another hit. But Potemkin retaliating, stealing half the health bar, doing even more damage.
Is this bit even funny? Who knows? But we're going to see it. Gold Lewis's health continues to drop. We're going to see who takes this next interaction here. It looks like Gold Lewis got chipped down a little bit.
Gold Lewis retaliating back though.
This definitely is Maple
and
story.
it's been very close.
Looks like coming down for the while. It looks like Spy took game 2 there.
You just tell them that they need back.
Yeah, I did at them. Hopefully they're not going to
it.
immediately rematch. Okay, there we go. Thank you for letting us back in. Hee hee. This is the gameplay I was waiting for. Alright. We should be good now. Alright, there we go. Moving on back into that game.
Are we counting their previous win or?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't observe it, but we did see it,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so the score should be 1-1. Alright.
$6 having gun. Solid song. Starting off with that 2P going into 6K. Catching that jump in. That's the thing about Potemkin. You can't always play a grounded game with him, especially with how slight it is, dash blocking in or just moving in or running at him. Can't always be the best option.
Spy not really knowing what to do there, though.
Might be a little unfamiliar with this matchup, it appears. Trying for the cross-up. It looks like it whiffed on there. That 2K hitting him down, getting the hard knockdown, setting up drone. 5D raw!
Large dust. All right, catching the backdash.
Bursting out of there.
Man, sometimes you forget how big Potemkin's 5D is.
I mean, 5D is one of the greatest Potemkin's anti-airs.
Really though. I mean, you are very much correct.
It sounds like a joke, but it's real. I mean, it hits high, it hits far, and it's not disjointed.
It goes deceptively far.
Oh yeah.
Just got one big of a hand, one giant hand.
One big old hand versus my elaborate jumpin'. Going for 2 each, they're not quite getting the behemoth after that. Using the armor on Slidehead to meet his jump-in.
Oh, that's a bad burst. It will end really poorly for Potemkin right there.
Spy taking into game 4 here. Starting up with a Mega Fist.
Catch the wake up. Not wake up, my bad. Round start BT.
Not bad.
All the terminology is merging inside my head at this moment.
Fighting games are all the exact same things, huh?
So true.
Catching that flick. Frame trapping. Trying to bait out Spy's matching as we saw in the first round that we watched there. Looks like he's becoming a lot more defensive with it, not wanting to necessarily overexert himself.
By going for the wall break here. Positive bonus, full security gauge. There's not really much Pink can do here.
Not much you can do. Getting hit with that 2K is going to seal out the first game of game 4. Jumping forward with that 2P, getting caught by the jump D, backdashing the jump S. Just defending the Mega Fist in air.
Great job on jumping that Garuda, taking back the turn.
For sure, getting hit with that. No, you're putting back in a corner, trying to match, even though Sia Garuda going into the Buster.
Of the match, I think.
We don't know what happened in the last one, but it's the first one we saw.
Oh,
reversal
great job
super.
Using the reversal super to catch the Garuda. That should be very close to dead. I thought that was going to kill, actually.
I did too. You don't have enough meter to outlive the Tommy gun.
Opting for the chip kill right here. And that would be 3-1. Force Fi.
One there, Force Fi. Spy moving on. Pink being sent into losers bracket for that. Next up, should we tell them that there isn't a game 4?
I think so. Unless we got the score wrong. I don't think we got the score wrong.
I don't
though.
think we did either. I'm gonna let them know that they.
Oh my gosh, the simultaneous gold verse.
Okay, I mean, well, we get another one to watch while we get the others to boot up into the match.
That is true. Oh, it looks like Spy is just letting himself get killed here.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Now it's Spy's turn to play the game.
Spy's taking it back, wanting to just take the match for himself.
Just
Backdashing into
never
the
mind.
Buster. What? Seeing some excellent plays here in the post game.
This is what happens when you don't have any tournament on the line.
There's no tournament on the line. When the bonds are set free of stress, you get to see the real player.
That is so true. You get to see the real goofy stuff.
Bonk, bonk, and bonk. Breaking out that wall. See if Pink is able to win this one here. Got a burst.
I'm
here.
curious though. Who do you think is stronger, Golus or Potemkin? I mean, like lore-wise, not like character-wise.
Lore-wise, I mean, I think it's said that Potemkin has a genetic like mutation that allows him to, I think, flick mountains if he wasn't wearing the suppressor armor.
Oh, that is true. I forgot about that. But I mean,
But he is Goldos. He is swinging that big old coffin.
He has no suppressors and is just swinging coffin around like it's nothing. You see how fast he can just swing a coffin into another one?
I mean,
It's insane.
it's impressive. That's for that is 100% for sure. All right, we're waiting on Envy and no, we are waiting on July is Free and Trash here. I believe they should be setting themselves up. Let's go ahead and set that up. Reset the win counters on my end. Hopefully this looks all nice and pretty for you guys. I hope at least. All right, looks like July is Free heading into the player 1 spot. July is Free is a Biken player, which means I believe from the small amount of research I did on rating update. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. They're actually a very good Biken player, or at least above average, we'll call it. Versus Trash, who is a very good Anji player, who also represents the Raccoon Crime Syndicate. If you don't know what that is, it's because you're not part of our Discord, which you should join, Smile. There's gang wars here, and it's pretty cool.
There we go. There's the Discord shill.
There it is. We finally, Mr. Streamer Man shills his shit. Yeah, Trash.
About time. But yes, join the Raccoon Syndicate. I mean, I am in the Raccoon Crime Syndicate.
That is very true. Salty is a fellow raccoon here. Though there are some other standout organizations. There is Guard Crush Inc. for those who don't want to just simply block and mix, just want to make your opponents crack under the pressure. The Moth Cult, which worships a certain Moth VTuber who I'm not allowed to mention on stream, I think legally. As well as a few others that you can head over if you want to go ahead and experience this, as well as participate in the next one. We have a beginner tournament heading up next week, actually, character level under 120. If you just want to head over and participate in a beginner tournament, a little less stress than going up against some of these really outstanding players.
It's always recommended to go. I mean, if you're a beginner, don't be scared to join the beginner tournament because it's just a good way to test your skill.
That is true.
Doesn't really matter if you go 0-2. It's just about practicing that tournament environment. Because let's be honest, I mean, I've gone to a lot of tournaments, but I am always nervous going to them. So it's always good to train that.
Where is Trash? It looks like he is not quite here yet, it appears. Where is he? Listed him a few times. Okay. If Trash is going to be a little bit, let's go ahead and get Voss and Envy here.
There's lots of trash hype in the chat.
There's
right
a
now.
lot of trash hype. Trash is a
trash sweep.
trash sweep. There's a lot of hype for Trash here, mainly because this guy is he has I say troll, but really he has just ruined my life. Whenever I do viewer matches, he specifically only plays Bridget and matches DP as hard as he can. The Bridget DP is the life of me because he lets me know every single time I have fucked up my safe jumps. It is he knows what he's doing.
The real reason you hate Bridget.
Trash sweep. The real reason I hate Bridget. That's right. You all caught me. It's because they gave him a DP. You found it. Simply safe jump. Oh, okay. UMA has decided he no longer wants to. Has decided he no longer wants to type in chat, but will type in the Guilty Gear chat room.
He wants to be on stream. I
He
see.
wants to be on stream. I see. Curious.
He's going to show up in the VOD.
All right. Let's go ahead, see who we got here. Waiting on Voss. Oh,
Is trashing?
he just responded to my message. Oh, Lord. Y'all about to get me messed up. Just
Let's
gonna
see, is Envy's opponent? Is Voss in
Trash
the
just showed up.
room
All right,
now?
we're back to July is free and Trash. Trash showed up
All right.
before Envy.
Well, Envy is right here.
Oh, Envy is in the room. You're right. What do you know? I'm simply a fool. I am simply silly. All right, let's see what Trash brings to this one. Bringing out the Anji. Let's see how it goes.
Anji versus Baiken.
This is the there's a lore joke to be made about Anji versus Baiken, but we're not going to worry about that.
Okay, but which one do you think Baiken is?
What an interesting question you've offered me here. Let me think about that. I think I think in the their interactions they say Baiken specifically holds her punches against Anji.
Oh, I see. So you think that changes the mindset just because it's Anji?
Changes the grind set a little bit. We could be one of the older Melty Blood games and have specific moves for character interactions, but I don't know how that's going to work. Starting off with a knife, Fujin K follow up into grab.
Going to super into wall break, lead to hard knockdown and positive bonus for Trash.
Setting him through the wall. Trying to simply bait out with a 2P, trying to keep a nice and respectable difference. 6P, you see some good-ass neutral here. No one wanting to poke buttons. Going for the counter.
Going for the parry. So much damage. And that'll be it.
Fast RC. Trash taking the first round here. Nice solid start from Baiken, getting the safe jumps, getting the pressure started to Tommy.
Ooh, great response from July right there.
That's true. Try to catch them with a 5D. Didn't appear like it worked. Oh! The side swap
That was
there.
such a weird combo.
That's... I would call it goofy up, but they may have intended to side swap there.
Maybe.
Move it in. Sending out the butterfly to build some pressure.
Blocking the overhead will punish accordingly.
Going into the
And there
Uzansen
it is.
TK
There's
for the
TK
instant overhead.
Uzansen.
Moving on into game 3 here. Both of them have a pretty respectful sense of each other's neutral, wanting to bait it out, only taking what they can, not wanting to overexert.
Trash not blocking that double overhead.
Not many people do. I mean, it's the only thing that keeps Eno alive here is the fact that you get access to those overheads. Nice backdash there from July, being able to avoid the grab and getting a tether on Anji here. This may spell her
Trash
doom,
is
though.
the one going to be making the most use out of this.
Not if you
Going
get
to
the
get
counter
carried.
back. Not wanting to spend the meter to extend. For an instant
And there's the
overhead.
TK Uzansen once again.
July taking game 1.
Also, big respect to playing Rokumon for the background music.
Very true. That is very funny, actually. I just realized. Rokuman, I think it
His
might
Baiken theme.
be my favorite out of all of Baiken's themes. Because Momentary Life is good, but
Man, I like Momentary Life better, to be honest.
Interesting. Curious. Granted, it's Guilty Gear music. All of it's great. Moving in here, Red
That is
RC.
That'll be death.
Sending through wall.
July making quick work of Trash right now. Trash really going out of step of his game.
Catching
catching
the
the
sweet
2D.
poke with the counter. Blocking against
That might have
overhead
been like
into
at
grab.
the max range of that.
It might have been. Normally, I think that's pretty safe. Letting the second hit of the bird land, waiting for them just to press a button. Baiting out the
There it
counter
is.
again. This may spell the
This
end
should
for
be it.
Bike in here. Setting him back through wall, turn for turn. These guys are taking games off each other. It seems pretty even right now. Keeping up decent pressure.
Counter hit Fujin into Ko. Gonna be some good carry.
Blocking the gold
Not able to
burst.
punish Ko.
PRC
Oh,
to
but he
avoid
doesn't
the
go gold
spin
burst
into
his
the
own.
gold burst, into a parry. Into a super parry of his own, which you're going to fall out of, PRC, to keep yourself in the game somehow.
Great throw. Great throw from Trash right there. It's like try to parry again, but didn't quite work out.
Both of them are really using PRC to their fullest, making sure that they get the most out of it.
There it is. That's just know that's like the best way to punish that move right there. Is to jump up and do a jump move. Any jump attack.
Jumping out of needles, the big one.
You call it needles?
I think that's what it's called. Needle?
I call it fans, but I don't know.
I think fans
I don't
would
know what
just get
the actual name is called.
Fans might just get it a little confusing at some point, huh? Moving in, whipping
I
it.
mean, he throws the fans.
Why does it say Maple Story below stream? Wait, is this listed as a Maple Story stream? Hold up.
This is peak Maple Story gameplay.
This is real Maple Story. No, wait,
Going
why?
to get the back scratcher into the gun.
This is a Maple Story. It's listed as Killer Instinct for you?
Wait, what?
Some people are saying Maple Story, others are saying Killer Instinct. YouTube, I don't know if you've ever played Killer Instinct. I don't think
Killer Instinct stream.
I
That's
need
a
to
good
learn how
idea.
to play Killer Instinct. You've played that before, haven't you?
I have.
Interesting. Moving into that fast RC, I haven't seen that from him.
Oh, but the butterfly's going to catch him. He wasn't careful.
Didn't have enough meter to break wall with super. You're gonna have to play the neutral one more time. The instant overhead,
Ooh, great
back
dash.
dashing
And
the
punishment
throw,
with the 5K.
and Blue RCing forward to stand in front of the body.
He might have done the BRC just to
Yeah, extend after to
Yeah,
just in case he
extend
didn't kill.
after.
Yeah,
Ooh, but this is gonna be huge.
A lot of
for
damage
Eli
here.
right now. Trash trying to find his way out, but we'll do it with the 6P. Getting the counter hit,
moving
and
through.
this should bring all the way to the corner with the bird setup.
Oh, going in for the grab after the spin.
Oh, there it is.
Calling
Once
out
again,
needles.
properly countering that option.
Blocking the burst, but you're not going to get that combo off that 2S. The instant overhead. July is free, taking 3-0 on Trash, moving in to top. Moving on to the next round.
One thing's for sure, Baiken did not pull her punches against Anji in that match.
It did not. Or mayhaps Anji wasn't trying that time. Who knows? Either way, July is free, is moving on into the next game. Gonna fight Spy, the gold host we saw before. But our final match of our first round of top 8 here is gonna be Voss versus Suppressed Envy. Voss, I believe, he might be a Faust player.
Let's see. Let's see if I can find Voss. He's a May player, actually.
He's a May player. Oh, Lord. All right, let's...
Also part of the Gorilla crew.
He's a guerrilla gamer. That is very true.
Very, very fitting, it seems.
Many people are saying this. Oh, Lord, what is that outfit?
That is the mark of a true.
That is a true Mei player
That's
right
that's
there.
true fashion design right there.
This is the stuff you'd see.
Is that like a? Is that the hair coming out of the hat?
I think so.
I thought that was like a top hat with like, but then I saw the ram hat. And I was like, wait a minute.
I don't know if that's hair or not. Is that a
I
top
think
hat?
that's hair.
What is this? What am I observing right now?
I didn't know the hair went through hats. I don't know. I don't go into the avatar customization that much. Anyways, Envy picking Soul.
Regardless, Envy being a Soul player here, moving on. We'll see how it goes. Let me intro rocked. Winter uniform.
Intro
with the
getting
Twitching
some weird lag spikes. Let's hope the match is actually fine though.
I think I might know a dirty secret about this match. And it may become very apparent here in a little bit.
Ooh, those are some very problematic stutters right now.
Voss plays on the Oceanic servers.
Oh, is that true?
He is an Aussie, I believe.
Ooh, that's not good at all.
Oh no, it's not. Calling out the DP though.
Do the players want to play this out, or
I think they do.
did we try to figure out some other alternative?
I don't know if we.
I don't think
can.
either players want a coin flip.
I don't think.
But
they
at the same
want
time,
to
I don't think
either.
either players want to play in this.
That is a good question. I guess we'll ask them after this first round if they want to continue playing this or just kind of leave it up to what this match is. Moving forward, wanting to keep the neutral, teabagging each other at full screen.
Which character do you think is stronger under lag? I think Mei might be the better option, but Soul is also very strong.
Under high rollback, that 3-frame kick really does just appear. The foot's just in your mouth before you can even recognize it.
That is true.
Moving into Bandit.
Oh, going to get the low.
What a mix-up.
Oh, gets the throw. Okay.
Throw
Going
into
to
the
swap.
red
On a wall break.
RC.
Maybe, if they don't drop the combo.
Might kill.
Who am I kidding? Mei combos are easier.
Yeah, it's Mei combos. I was playing sets against Jarl today. I know. Oh, Lord, do I know. Mei combos hurt. Soul doesn't die here. You're in a wall break situation. You got some meter to work with.
Both players paying patient. I'm still surprised they're able to play this well under lag, though.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be
That's-
us
that's-
stuttering. It
that's
might be
impressive.
slightly better for them, but
Oh, there's the
there it is.
6-speed clash. That was the first round. Wait a minute. That
Yeah,
felt like
that was
two.
the first round. Yeah, it's how it plays with the lag. Oh, calling out the 5-8 there with the 2S. There's a lot more, especially with this lag, a lot more situational kind of play-by-play, not necessarily create long-form strategies here.
Can't believe they put my mental stability in strive.
This is grotesque.
May TOD'd her ISP.
Man, you...
I'm pretty sure that the lag is great enough that HMC will hit. You know what? Envy, please do HMC, please. I want to see this.
I would like to see if HMC hits. Bandit Bringer. Getting hit by that jump. H.
Like normal people. Oh my God.
This is what... This is
Oh, the
like
chat's
a...
amazing.
Like, don't tell them that. Don't tell my chat they're funny. They're gonna actually think they're funny at some point. A bunch of comedians.
Hey man, I gotta call it out. They're actually funny though.
Make them do the speed test after this. That might not be a bad idea, actually.
Yeah, you might have to do that. And I guess whoever's connection is better. I'm not
Whoever's connection is better, we let move
quite-
on.
That's usually how some people do.
Oh, is it actually?
Yeah.
Alright. I think in the interest of both our players and audience, I think whoever's going to take this round will, or take this final game here, we're just going to move on into the next one. for the sake of our audience. (6S) not messing up the quarter circle forward, going into the wild throw. I've seen that one too many times here on Soul.
I do wonder how many rollback frames there are, because it's not showing for us.
No, I think that
I
is
want to
something
guess
we
somewhere
can
like
research.
8 to 10.
All right. Getting hit by that 5H.
Man, had an eternity to react to that 6H.
Imagine reacting to that, huh?
Go for the reset, and that should be death.
Might be death here. Oh!
Oh, there we go. I was about to say, that would have been hilarious if it disconnected.
If it
right
disconnected right before the end there. Alright, let's try to figure out the situation with Voss here.
there. Yeah, let's get a... Let's probably get an internet speed test. Might have to
Yeah, I think we might have to. I remember him saying it wasn't great, but I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was quite that bad. Let's message our dear friend here.
Well, let's see how the rest of the bracket is going. Looks like it's going smoothly. Already playing their losers round 4, so they're going...
Yeah, I think K20 just announced that they were moving on. I think it's Trash versus King of the Grapes, and we're waiting on the event of this one to see who Excel goes up against.
Just 2 more rounds until losers top 8, and we just have this one round until winners top 8. So
Voss had
we have time.
2 rollback frames.
2 rollback frames, really.
Okay, it was one-sided rollback. Voss PC can't handle the game. Okay, got you. If we can verify that is Voss's problem, I think we are just gonna have to give that game loss to Voss. I'm very sorry, but that's... I think that is what is fair. I think that might be fair here.
I think that's probably what we're going to have to do right now.
Yeah. We're gonna hand the game loss off. We might just have to disqualify Voss if have other connections for him been playable? Because if he might not have had, he might not have had games up until this point. No, he had against King of the Grapes, and I did play that one. If we can get King of the Grapes to comment on the speed here, because if it's like a consistent problem across the board. Might have to do something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we might also just not want to take any chances.
Yeah.
Here.
I think that might be smart. We're just going to... I'm sorry, boss, but I think we're going to have to disqualify you just simply off of connection. I'm very sorry. I remember you saying it wasn't great, but I didn't think it was that bad necessarily. So I think that is the fair option here. I'm very sorry to say. Got you. Okay, yeah. So we'll move on, Suppressed Envy, into the next one, and we will give a DC to Excel here. Or to Voss here. Excel will move on into the loser side with Voss as well. Which means that we are getting into our top 4 here for winners, I believe.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
decide top 8.
Let's go with Sphy and July.
Do we want to wait for losers? We probably want to wait for losers to catch up. Maybe?
Yes, that might be smart. I believe they're playing the game now. I believe Trash and King of the Grapes are playing now, and Pink, because I know Voss, Excel and Jackman just entered theirs, moving on to their match 4 on stream, and K20 just won theirs. So I think we're just waiting on Trash and King of the Grapes, which should be finished up by the time we get to these next 2 matches. So let's go ahead and start with Sphy and July. That was a fun tournament. Can't wait for next week's. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Strapped On. I hope you had a fun time. I remember you saying this was one of your first ones. I hope you had a good time and we'll continue to compete.
That's great to hear.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead. It's fine. And at July. Okay. We'll send that out. Oh, I believe they're already in the match as well. Let's go ahead up, change up the names, and let's get into the first match of Winners Top 4.
Right. Gold Lewis versus Biken.
This is going to be an interesting match.
I'm not quite sure how this matchup really goes. Don't know the intricacies of it.
I am not too familiar either. I played a little bit with Biken when I was kind of experimenting moving away from Eno until I learned that I just couldn't. What is this music?
I have no clue. I've never heard it before.
Goofy music. All right.
Going for the instant burst already.
Very true. Moving in, trying to send out drone, but Biken's going to catch that. Jump P into a wall break there.
Nothing. Going for nothing fancy right here. JD to catch him, and that should be a wall break.
Wall break with the Glock. Double wall break, and Gold Lewis is still holding on.
Will that punish? That does punish.
That does, in fact, punish. Taking a big chip out of Biken here.
Yeah, but you're going to have to look out for that double overhead.
That double overhead is going to be a killer. Moving into game 2. Hollow jump in, not really wanting to do much of it. Just defending the instant overhead. Getting the gold burst in full meter.
Both players playing a bit patient. There you go. Spy getting a hit. But sending him all the way out. Not really able to capitalize off of that. Seeing on drone. July going to have to hold it.
Through, setting him through off the wall bounce with jump D. Those combos go hard for Biken.
There it is. There's another reversal super. We're seeing a lot of these from Spy right now.
He's a big fan. It's the Gold Lewis motto. Always stay cranking.
I think that's the most amount of damage he's getting.
That is
through
true.
Those reversal supers.
Moving on into game 3 here. Baiting out the jump in with the jump S is one of Biken's best pokes. Going for the cross up there, but it's not quite going to work. Sending in the drone.
And with Flying Behemoth going into the back scratcher cross up.
Getting the tether put on him. Let's see what he's able to do with this. Bursting it off, not wanting to deal.
Not wanting any of that.
Now I'm going to deal with Biken's BDSM trick here. Going for a cross up of her own. Biken's going to get that Yozansen send through and finish off game 1.
Not really letting Gold Lewis do much there.
That is the Gold Lewis downfall, is if he's not able to get his game plan started, he kind of just crumbles a little bit. No matter how good of a button 2P is, if that's not able to really get you started, you're kind of just going to crumble there.
None of his normals quite reaching July. So
No.
July's able to get out. Gets a bit of pressure of his own. Try to burst bait there, it seems, but Spy just holding on to it.
Not a
Air
bad
throw
idea.
in the corner.
Slowly walking up into grab?
Oh, that was menacing. I think the Biken's walking animation just amplifies that.
Oh, holy. Setting him through wall. Biken has established dominance. Let's see how this affects Spy's mental game. If it's going to let him affect him at all. After something like that, it's hard not to feel a little defeated. You know, once something happens to you that you kind of get almost styled on, sometimes it's hard to come back from that. Moving through into the double overhead TKO Zonson. Breaking free into the side swap.
Not BT, you really see that often, Raw.
No, it's not. It's one of those very situations.
Reversal super, that will hit.
Sending you through wall. This is not affecting Spy's mental, it appears. He is still ready in Gold Lewis Gaming. Jump D, 2K2D, getting the knockdown.
By just getting being a lot more dominant in neutrals at this moment now.
Very true. If they didn't burst there, they actually could have comboed off of that drone flying through, which is actually pretty
another
interesting.
one, but at some point those are going to cost you.
Especially if you're going to be able to call him out as well as Biken can with a high damage parry.
Well, you don't even need to call it out. You can just do it on reaction.
I mean, You may be right. It's fine. Viking going to take that 2H, taking game 2 here. Moving on into game 3, let's see it. Let's see if Spy is able to bring this back.
Try to go burst, but just out of range.
You hate to see it.
Into another. Oh, not quite the wall break.
Viking dust loops, wanting to keep the corner, it appears. Setting him through wall, Viking with positive bonus, 1 interaction to death. And this spells the end for Spy.
Getting counter hit by that Tatami is very bad.
Ooh, it leads to some very good combos, especially you got some meter to back you up. 6P'ing the behemoth. That's risky. Setting it through into the run-up grab. The Viking mind games begin. Cross up into tether.
But he's responding with a throw of his own. Baiting the burst into the corner.
And this will spend the end for Spy. Moving July.
Vikin's combos are so cool.
They are very cool. Into the semifinals here. Oh, no, hold up. I messed up. Shoot. There we go. My bad.
Right,
Moving on into July. Next up, we're going to see UMA versus Suppressed Envy.
Actually, do you want to do losers top 8 first? July. Actually,
yeah.
we'll let July chill a bit. Let's go UMA.
No,
and
let's give them a little bit to focus up. Here, Suppressed Envy versus UMA. Yeah, love to see it. What is this? Soul Bad Guy versus Gold Lewis. This is, I think, a bad matchup for Gold Lewis. I believe Soul has a decent amount of stuff to counteract his stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not quite sure. This is not a matchup I'm well versed on either.
Gotcha. Well, we're going to see how it plays out. We know UMA is a dominant force to be reckoned with and someone who enjoys pressing buttons and making sure you know he's pressing them. And we're going to see...
I think one important thing for Soul here, though, is that he has a DP.
That is true. He does have a reversal. The Soul matchup's even. Interesting. Getting with that close slash. The run-up grab here from Envy. Jumping over the drone with Bandit Bringer. 5K into the sweep. Keep up with the red RC, sending you through wall with Fafnir.
Oh, am I desynced? You said you got a wall break, right?
Yeah, they wall break. Well, they wall breaked a little while. Right now, they're kind of pressing.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think I'm desynced right now.
Oh, okay. Got you.
With the spectator thing, I think it should reset afterwards, though.
Got you. If you are desynced, you can join my stream since it looks like it's still pretty caught up.
All right. There'll be a slight delay, though.
It might just be a little bit of a slight one. It shouldn't be too bad. YouTube stream delay is only like a few seconds. Rather than Twitch's like 30.
Yeah, that's true.
Going to the grab there from Gold Lewis, keeping the corner, setting up drone once again. Using the Bandit Bringer to escape corner.
Oh no, that's a huge delay. Never mind.
Oh lord.
I'll just wait till this match ends.
Got you.
Let me back out real quick though.
Okay, that might be smart.
Okay.
All right, moving in to game 3 here. Starting off with the 2K, just defending the behemoth. Bursting, to quote UMA, we need to talk about those bursts. Heading with the 2K, setting him through a wall, going for a 5H wall break. Close slash into close slash. The Soul Bad Guy mix. Setting him through a wall with super, this might kill. It doesn't kill! Leaving Gold Lewis just an inkling of life. Locking the YRC with a 5H, getting the perfect here for Envy, taking game number 1.
Stop wasting my time. Soul wins.
Okay, I believe we were resetting here for Salty.
Great. think it should be good now.
Yes, I believe so. All right. Moving
there you
into
go.
game 2 here. I believe we're all back and synced up and ready to go.
Mankind. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Swinging his fist, swinging it
Attacking
through.
with the far slash.
Blocking
Such
the
a good round
DP.
for that option.
That overhead behemoth, I mean, it's going to catch you here and there. There's a reason the Dust Loop calls it the killer. Look at that
Whoa.
chip damage.
Envy blocking everything, but at some point you just can't block it anymore.
You just can't. Something about getting guard crush over and over again makes you just want to say, I got to get out of this thing. I can't just keep having it. Backing up, playing a very respectful neutral here. Clashing with the behemoth with their 2S.
Ooh, catching him with that.
Sliding
Going under the drone.
under the drone, taking the corner back. I think that might have been a dropped combo. Backdashing
I
the
think that
reversal.
worked like the backdash
It still catches.
is a very big reversal.
The end of the jump D catching. What a poke that button is. Not quite getting guard rush off the
Neutral
behemoth.
jumping in corner.
Shimming the grab. This spells the end for UMA in this first game. Or second game. Moving on into the game 3.
Duel 3. Let's rock.
I do. Oh, I still
you go.
do
There's
have
the
Soul
16.
Shade Guy installed. Holy. I just realized I still have Soul Shade Guy.
What is that?
It's a mod that puts shades on gold on a soul.
I
I was
see.
like, let me remove all my mods for this stream, just so you know you don't have to look at all my horrendous mods I have installed.
I'm still running some mods.
That's fair. Oh,
But alas, I'm not the one streaming.
yeah, it happens. Skyfish gonna catch Envy here, yielding a bit of pressure, keeping the corner. Low profiling under the aerial behemoth. This spells the end for Envy here. UMA taking that second game. Or that first, taking the second game.
Yes, hello.
1-1 seems pretty even right now. Let's see how they go moving into game 3 here.
Well, it's just about mealtime anyway.
It's just about mealtime anyway. Pizza. I didn't order a pizza. Funny Gold Lewis quotes to Guard Crush too. Catching the jump in with the close
He's got
up.
some good quotes.
He's got some good ones. I think some of his win quotes are a little how do I put it?
American.
Yeah, very Japanese interpretation of America. But you know
That far
what?
slash really showing that it's going to catch all those backdashes. Envy just making his way is out. Making his way out just like that.
And making his way back in, this time with the corner
Yep,
on
there
his
you go.
side. Unfortunately, it appears as if he escaped, bringing him back into this dust loop.
What a
Get
combo.
back.
That scaled so heavily though.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a Gold Lewis health kicking in.
That is so true.
Banning
That'll
out
be
with
it.
dust into dust, taking that first game there.
Give me a break.
Soul Bad Guy needs that break after dealing with the Gold Lewis health bar. He's got some beefy health in the game, which really helps his playstyle. I mean, you have to guess right a decent number of times against Gold Lewis, and he only needs to guess right maybe once or twice. Sliding
Oh,
under
there
the-
it is. There's the vortex. UMA being a lot more patient though now, and knowing that the vortex will come out.
Oh. The drone can be a bit of a knowledge check. If your opponent doesn't know what to do and just backs up at the side of the drone, you know you can take a lot of pressure. But Envy has shown the willingness to just jump over the drone, not really worry about it, use their movement tools to the best of their advantage. Going into the overhead. To the 6-8, back into the overhead.
So many BTs right now. Drain Envy with all his meter and his health too.
Oh, but this might
But-
be it.
Oh, catching him with the 2P.
That 2P is really going to catch you there. Every single time I see that win pose for Gold Lewis where he just like stands in the back, I see the assless chat mod just in my head. And just the
I
man.
do too, I hate it.
You just see the Gold Lewis saying man.
It is ingrained in my memory now. Envy now has burst on the table, but when will he use it? He might have to. Looks like he tried to bait the burst there, but baiting it once again.
Once again, he really is calling out these bursts. Whenever he calls out that red RC, he just knows they're about to burst and is willing to just give up that little bit of pressure to block it. 5P into Behemoth, poking out with these close slashes. This is footsies. We get a knockdown to work with, sending out the drone. Seems like Envy just kind of took it as they threw out the 2S, maybe hoping to catch Gold Lewis and block in time. Getting that wall bounce that spins the end for Envy
so
there.
Much damage.
That's a lot of damage there.
This is the price of a mistake in Guilty Gear.
Especially in Strive. This game is a 2 or 3 interaction game.
But keep in mind, Soul is also a 2 to 3 interaction character, so
That is true.
not discount his damage either. But that will be death.
That-
another
he
huge
died.
damage combo from UMA.
That's the Gold Lewis special. You serve up the damage, and people are going to have to eat that. I believe that's game 3 for UMA here.
Well, it's just about mealtime anyway.
I believe UMA is moving on here. Sending Envy into the Envy into losers. That doesn't mean they're out yet. They got their way to fight through losers bracket, which we are getting to right now. Once challenge lets me submit their score. First off, we're gonna watch the first match of Spy versus Jackman in our losers bracket.
Actually, I think Trash versus Guard K20 is up first for top 8.
Okay. Yeah, but Envy just played. I thought we wanted to give Envy a bit of a
No,
break.
Trash versus K20.
Oh, that's not set for on stream.
Yeah, but it's top 8, and they haven't played yet.
Yeah, they have. K20
Have they?
moved on.
Okay. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes. So
I didn't read that.
we have Spy versus Jackman. Or Shmeep, I think is called in-game. Let me call for him. Is he here? Is the lad here? Okay. Let me add for Shmeep. Tell him you're up. There he is, sinking into the floor a little there on my screen. That was a little curious, huh? All right, let me reset these win counters, and we're good to go for the start of the losers semifinals. No, yes, losers semis. Yes, loser semis.
Leo versus Gold Lewis.
We're seeing
I think that's the match that we saw earlier.
I believe we have, except I believe it was different people. It was UMA. Spy actually, I believe, learned how to play Gold Lewis from UMA. We're going to see if Shmeep can take the run back here from UMA's apprentice, the person who knocked him out in the first place from winners. Moving through, starting off with a very powerful back and forth.
Really big counter hits.
Hitting off on the damage, getting the wall break, setting him through. Baiting out the jump D with the flash kick.
Baiting the burst, going to lead to back stance. And now Spy is just going to have to hold it here.
He is, in fact, just going to have to hold it. Damage is scaling, setting him through wall. Leo with positive bonus. This is scary. Calling out the jump in once again.
Jackman just choosing to be patient against Gold Lewis right now.
Very much wanting just to calling him out, letting him know you can't just get away with these pokes before. Leo's a very surprisingly defensive character with a lot of tools to deal with pressure. As we see, Spy is very quick to just approach with pressure, throwing out reversals wherever he thinks he can and pressing buttons. Oh, with the parry with King's Shield! Shmeep letting you know you're not getting away with this, and he is taking the first game here. I do like Ride the Fire playing.
Ride the Fire is such a good song.
Such a good song. Running into the behemoth there. Bursting out from the
Opting
pressure.
to burst. Not wanting to take any of that mix.
Oh, he does not. Moving from behind, starting with the lows. These quick buttons from Leo back turn stance can really catch you off guard if you want to press.
Though.
That was very excellent in terms of Spy setting up the drone. This is where Goldlewis shines in neutral. Fortunately, due to that burst, he's not going to get full advantage of the drone. Whiffing the 2H, eating the full DP. Sang plus by
Spy
canceling.
into another really scary position, but using the 2P to represent it as such a good matching option. We'll get pressure after this.
Shimmying the throw, catching him off guard and sending him back into the corner. Shmeep taking that first game in game 2. How you doing, Aiden Young? Glad you're catching. Moving in, crossing up with the 2K.
We'll get the gold burst though, sending out the drone, going at full stick of butter. Wait. Okay, that was really weird. I looks like the 5H like deleted the projectile there.
It looked like it did, but I think it just dissipated where 5H
Yeah, I think it
was.
just disappeared, just right outside of it.
Going for the overhead, eating 2 projectiles in a row. Setting him to the ground. Wanting to go for the kick.
Yet another reversal super. Spy letting him know that you cannot pressure him on his wake up.
He will crank that stick, and if you are not specifically waiting for it, it is waiting for you in the wings. Shmeep taking game 2 here. Really, showing a very dominant presence right now. Running his offense on Spy here. Pressure with that far slash and a heavy slash. Gold bursting!
Gold burst.
Being able to escape.
Ooh, try to catch the jump out option, but not quite at the right range.
Not quite.
Yet another
Throwing
one,
out
I
the
think that'll be a
reversal
parry.
super, but the parry from King's Shield.
There's a throw, throwing him out of guard point, but
Reverse
He'll
throw,
do
you're
that
gonna
throw
get
in
hit
return.
by your own drone. He was struck by the blades of his own glider. Getting the reverse grab, taking corner for himself. Throwing out the
DP
DP.
we know and love.
A meaty projectile. Getting opened up by Leo. Throwing out that flash kick again. Setting him
It's
through
an
a
option
wall.
that's going to be so important for Schmeat right now. And there it is once again. Schmeat just playing the patient game, waiting for his opening.
And there it might be, blocking the reversal.
But this is Fi's turn now.
Turning him back to neutral. Let's see how they interact. That jump D into the cross-up got him out of the corner. And to the reversal throw, Schmeep takes 3-0 against Spy here, knocking Spy out of the tournament.
Very clean play from
Very
Schmeat right
clean
there.
play. Very oppressive and very straightforward. But he's not quite out of hot water yet because we have our next in loser semis, which is going to be Envy versus K20. K20, the Milia player we saw somewhere at the beginning around here. I believe we watched his match against, if I remember correctly, his match against Schmeep before. If K20 takes this game, he will meet Schmeep once again in losers finals. We're going to see how this goes, though. Here we go.
Ooh, we're going to get the salty run back.
The salty run back. All right, here we go. Envy representing Raccoon Gang and K20 representing Guard Crush again. Interesting that the Milia player is part of Guard Crush, but there might be some lore for that. Who knows?
Millie has no guard crushes of her own to speak of.
That's why she needs him.
Make Capel guard crush.
Make Capel Guard Crush. Dangerous, criminal behavior, some might even say.
Yep. Not waiting out Lust Shaker to the fullest.
Seems like that's catching a decent amount of people. That's the second time we've seen someone not fully wait out guard Lush Shaker. Lush Shaker is a great tool, keeping you at neutral, essentially resetting the playing field.
Envy opting to burst. K20 gained the wall break.
Sending him through.
Positive bonus is so important for Milia because it's so hard for Milia to get meter.
Oh, absolutely. But it appears with Envy's really great defense, you're not going to be able to capitalize too much off that. Into the run-up throw, the Kai player seeps through.
Oh, but there's the reversal super. It's not an option you see too much from Milia players, but it will work here.
That is very true. Moving into the game 2 here, K20 being able to take that first game. Soul's got a decent amount of health to work with here. K20 is going to have to deal a decent amount of damage each interaction. With Soul's reversal, the Hair Oki becomes
great anti-air from K20 right there. This will lead to the wall break, but no, Envy chooses to burst.
Bursting right there before the wall break, interestingly enough, not wanting to deal with the S projectile. We're dealing with the close slash presser. Beta Soul back at it again with the close slash into close slash. Getting the Haruki, keeping the same side there. Oh, eating the close slash and baiting out the burst. I think this might be the end of Milia here.
Ending it with the super just to make sure it kills.
And sending that in to game 3 here. Moving in, 6B round start, wanting to call out buttons like 6S or the close slash that Envy has shown a very favorite towards before. Their close slash pressure goes a little silly, not wanting to mix, just kind of building up that plus ring, letting you know who's in charge.
Oh, there's the Iron Savior, the discount stun dipper.
The discount stun dipper. Haircar back at it again.
It is very surprising how many people get caught by that move.
Oh, I mean, I'm guilty of it before. Sometimes you're just trying to land and you don't remember that it's a low. I make fun of people for not knowing strokes of low sometimes because it's like, yeah, I mean, like, I'm along the ground. It somewhat makes sense. But, I mean, I fall for the same thing. I forget. Oh, yeah. No, hair car's a low. That's going to catch you sometimes. Just defending the burst. Oh, Envy is playing twice, it looks like. I messed up the names. That's funny.
Envy playing against himself.
Envy fighting his demons. That comment made a lot more sense now. I saw that in chat. I was like, what do you mean he's fighting his demons? I just realized.
He's fighting the Milia player inside of me, suppressing it. You could say he's
suppressing.
Yeah. Okay,
suppressed Envy. Good one.
Just gonna wait that out. Using the 5k just to get out of there. Into the wall break, huge damage. Probably gonna end it with a super. Will end it with a super.
Tyrant Flame sending it through. Hard knockdown, positive bonus on Soul.
I'm not sure what he was waiting for there, but we'll get the command throw to close that first round out.
I did spell Gurgur's wrong. Fuck. Shit. They're realizing I don't know how to spell.
We're all FGC players. We don't know how to spell.
That's true. All I know is P, K, S, and H, and that's it.
Just see how many people misspell Chip's move names.
That's real. Listen, you always just gotta call them by what it looks like. You know, you build up your own picture.
You know Zansei Roga? I think I've seen that spelled like 15 different times.
Honestly,
in like 15 different ways.
With some characters, you just kind of have to make up the move names. You know, you just gotta call it the big punch.
That will kill.
That does in fact kill. Haircar sending it through wall. Catching it there. Bunch of just staggered pressure here from Envy. Reverse throw from Milia.
Throw.
This really is Strive with the reverse throw. That parry is deceptive. Sometimes it feels like, oh yeah, I can press a button here. They, you know, they did the feint.
Will DP out right there.
Pressing, gold bursting out. Millia's got that meter to work with. Let's see what
Great
kind of
air
mix-ups
check.
they can do with that. Blue RC forward into the grab. Let's see how much they're able to capitalize off this. Taking the burst there from Envy.
Envy just playing super patient, but this does allow K20 to make his way in. Not quite killing, but will catch with that 6S.
Envy taking game 2 here, 1-1.
Pathetic.
I mean, Soul, he wasn't that bad. I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Sending him through. I'd say we're sending you to corner. That's
Ah, there it is. There's the turbo fall into Capel. That will catch so many people.
Man, if you, oh, I am guilty of that one. Milia is the character that will just make you question everything. Where you're holding your stick, you're just like, what? Was I even blocking? The answer is most of the time, no, you weren't. Good times. K20 taking that first game there.
Oh, what a great 5K right there. And that's going to go to so much damage. Just because K20 had the gall to cross him up.
How dare you begin your offense? Let me show you what a real plus frame person looks like. Let me show you what some real guard crushing is. We're through.
You say that, but we have not seen a single Fafnir from Envy yet.
We have not. K20's been good
Was that
about
3 close slashes in a row? I think it was.
Oh, from what I know about K20, they revel in how many close slashes they can fit into a combo.
I don't think that was even optimal, but
No, it almost
what?
never is.
it works.
It was 4 close
Oh, he's
slashes.
just going to drop. No overhead, just going to drop and throw you.
Bursting out. And he's got a lot of meter to work with. Could be very
But
scary.
Envy with so little health, too. So he's just going to play very well right now.
The
Great 5K.
Into the wild throw, red
This could be
RC.
it.
This could spell the end for K20 here. Whipping
Oh,
the DP
good
into the
drop.
reverse
Volcanic
throw.
Viper.
Envy, what happened? K20 taking game 3 here. Moving on. Game 4, this could spell the end for Envy's run. K20 moving on to fight Jackman.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
6P in the low, counteracting each other.
Are we 2-1 right now?
I believe so. It's K22, NV1.
Ooh, caught that burst. Stole the burst from him. That is so much damage. I think that's dead.
I think you're dead.
Wait, did she just die from? Okay. Thank God.
Almost. That almost did. Going for that, getting down for that strike throw. Getting a perfect on the side of Envy.
Envy showing that he, you know what? He's just going to play even better now.
Sending through.
Yet another great combo for Envy right here.
Fafnir.
Oh, this is really bad for K20.
You're getting sent through with almost 100 meter now that you got positive bonus to work with on the side of Envy. You're going to have to play this game really smart. With one interaction, you're dead here. Getting caught by the projectile, though. This could be a good start for K20 to start their offense. I think that would have wall slumped, actually.
Oh, that strike throw mix.
And baiting out that burst, taking game 4.
Envy the burst bandit right now.
Envy really enjoys taking those bursts from people. This is going to be the final game between K20 and Envy. Winner takes Jackman into losers finals. Moving through 2K2D, send it forward. Getting the shibby, recognizing K20's willingness to kind of throw out the
Ooh.
grab.
Spaced out just so the burst doesn't even hit him right there.
Burst didn't hit them, but it still built up enough space that allowed K20 to escape. But you're eating
That's
a
true.
volcanic viper to the face for that air combo.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Rose, I'm glad that you were able to participate in this tournament. I'm glad you had fun, and hopefully you'll continue to compete. Sending him through, sending up into corner. Capel catching, 5D sending it through the wall. You look at that damage, though. It's not a bunch. Soul's got a girthy body to stand behind him.
Oh, gonna hit him with the 50-50 low.
That fast RC is good on Milia. Quite the boon, especially as it preserves a decent amount of meter, which Milia definitely needs.
And there's the wall combo. Drops it though. K20 bounced a little further than Envy thought would have liked.
Guaranteed. Going for that cross up. Going to get a clash, I believe, on the side of there.
Oh, great backdash.
And that backdash,
throw.
Envy is going... Envy taking the salty run back here from K20 into our final match of Losers Finals, which is going to be Shmeep versus Envy. Let's go ahead and run it, these two. Good, well done, K20. They had a pretty good run all the way through Losers, almost taking it through the entire thing. They had a good old run there.
It all changed. It all changed when Envy got that perfect.
It all changed as soon as Envy got that momentum on their back.
But now we will be seeing Soul versus Leo, the clash of the gorillas. Who will be the king of the jungle?
Oh, Lord. Shmeep. There we go. Loading into the match. All right, gonna start with that run forward flawless defense. It seemed like they were trying to bait out the round start DP that Shmeep is not above. I mean, we've seen him round start DP a number of times to really catch out people's jump-ins and approaches.
I mean, to be fair, his DP is such a good move.
Oh, I mean, that flash kick is brutal. It has different timing than the rest of the reversals in the game, meaning you have to do unique safe jump setups for it, as you know. I mean, that thing will catch you off guard if you're not specifically playing around or ready for it.
I didn't even know you could get an OTG off that combo. That is so cool, though.
Oh, I mean, the things you can do with the things Volcanic Viper does.
Envy not letting that fireball hit him. But now he is in the corner against Leo.
Doing that double jump. Crossing up in corner. Respecting the parry, but not enough to get hit by the close, hit by back turn slash.
Not enough to punish him right there. Catch him with the 6S. Into the counter close slash.
This could be a big chunk of damage. Jumping to avoid the grab there. Crossing up, but grabbing it. Eating the close slash to the face with the red RC. This is it!
Get clean hit, Volcanic Viper.
It's always nice to see a clean hit Volcanic Viper. You feel that impact.
Like time stops for it.
Oh, yeah. Which, you know, some people have complained about cinematics, but sometimes when you're playing a fighting game, you just want things to look cool and you want to feel like you're just some sort of superhero. Breaking that with a 5P match of their own. Envy setting it through with that aerial bandit.
Envy just getting a lot of shimmies, not in just this match, but in the previous matches as well.
Envy's very cautious about spacing. You see it a lot in their gameplay. They're very cautious about what tools people have and how to space them out. It's a gorilla who thinks, which is the scariest gorilla.
Ooh, but he was not quite able to get that command throw right there.
Not
Much
quite.
to his deficit.
Shmeep taking the first game here. You see that again, that dash forward faultless defense.
There's the DP we know and love.
Sliding underneath the projectile.
Didn't quite hold it long enough though. But maybe that was on purpose, so he didn't get any negative frames.
Yeah, it might have been. Oh, setting up those guard points. Throw clashing each other. I mean, this is the ground-based footsies Guilty Gear is known for, quite literally.
Ooh,
hitting it with this
from
6-speed.
Bandit Bringer is such a hard move to anti-air if you don't know the timing.
Guaranteed. Hitting it with that guard point, and this is Leo's time to shine. This could spell the end for Envy. Didn't break.
Envy still has plenty of meters to work with, though, so I wouldn't count it out just yet.
Oh, absolutely not. Setting out the pokes here and there, poking out with 2S, getting crossed up. Respecting the parry and throwing out the 3-frame.
Not able to convert off of that 5K. But will get chipped out by the fireball.
Ooh, it's a rough one. Poke with the 2K into the close slash. Forward into King. Oh! Not quite connecting that 5K into 6S, I believe is
Great backdash on the Fafnir right
not
there.
a thing anymore. Getting the cross up, blocking it instead of grabbing it.
Oh, not quite in throw range, but
Both-
with PRC to make it safe.
And that goes for both of them. Both of them tried their throw, whiffed it, and went for PRC instead. Shimming out the throw, not quite enough time to make it a punish. Just defending the back turn mix of Leo. The defense on Envy is impeccable.
There's the 6H.
Throwing him out.
Going to throw. Looks like he's trying to go for a throw right there.
Back
But he
dashing,
will
waiting.
get a throw here now. Guard
That's a
crush,
guard crush.
stuck in the corner.
DP to
Try to go
escape.
for the overhead, but it uses DP to escape.
Air throw of Schmeeps, setting it through. We've seen the air throw many times. He's okay with calling it out and throwing it. Moving on into game 3 here. Schmeep might take this 3-0.
Ooh, backdashing that command throw. That's not an option you see very often from Leos, but it is an option that they can use.
Very much so. Sending out the gunflame, building up space, just defending the sweep for a punish of their own with their 3-frame. Hit by the reversal.
Ooh, mistimes it.
Shimmy's out. Let's see. With enough meter, this might kill.
Great
Grabbing
throw
of
from
their own
Envy
from
right there.
Envy. Nice one.
Ooh, we'll counter him with the 2S. 2S is such a good move for Soul.
I mean, it's the disjoint, it's the combo start. It's a lot that you get from it. Getting with the guard crush. DPing through back turn stance. Don't give it.
Seeing a lot more patient play, but will get the counter at 2D. This will be big for Envy because now
combo-
he has the corner against Smeep.
That combo was so low to the ground as they carried him all the way through. Oh, the
Oh, he's gonna
triple
hit him with
cross up.
3 cross-ups in a row.
Setting him through a wall. This looks bad for Envy. They got some meter to work with, but let's see if they're able to make it work.
Ooh, try to throw tech using PRC to keep it safe.
Oh.
Using the double jump to get out. That's such a great option because it does probe a reaction from the opponent.
It does indeed. That's going to be a wall slump. Fafnir send through. If he's able to win this round start interaction, there's a chance.
Oh, he will
DPing
DP
through!
the fireball.
Into a double DP finisher here. Envy taking game number 3. They're not out of this yet.
Soul wins.
What a play.
What a play.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Getting it through. Hitting the 2P. Breaking up their pressure, letting them know I'm not letting them get away with this.
Both players letting each other know that you're not allowed to overextend against each other.
Both of these players' defenses are immaculate. Calling out every single gap, every single option they have, they're going to use. You see them shimmy against each other so often.
There it is. That's what we're talking about.
PRC drifting
try to
to
go for
bait
another
out the
air
air
throw.
throw that Shmeeps goes for.
That will be a punish.
This looks bad for Shmeep here. Blocks the DP. This could be
I
so
don't know
much
if that was
damage.
intentional, but he uses the 5K just to fake it out.
Setting him through wall.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Throwing him down, setting up the meaty projectile, crossing up. Going for a
Another
grab
throw
there.
tech.
Setting up the guard point. Grabbing him in the startup frames of the flash kick.
And he tried to go for another shimmy, but Shmeep not getting scared.
Not getting much off of that red RC except for a little bit of plus frame. Getting crossed up.
There it is. There's representing the backdash yet again.
He delayed that burst there, stealing away from Envy. Taking this game here.
Going down to the wire.
If Envy falls here, they might not get a chance. Did 6S
Envy will
disjoint.
build enough first for this round, though.
Crossing up and getting the grab. Shimming
There's the
out
shimmy.
Smith.
Going
Yep.
straight into super. This will be very, very close to killing.
Not wanting to risk the... Setting him through wall. Envy takes game 4 with the perfect. This is coming down to the wire, folks.
Stop wasting my
Now this is a perfect. I mean, remember see what we saw last time? He did a perfect, then just steamrolled K20. So we could probably see it again.
Let's see if Envy finally got the wind on their backs, ready to steamroll this and building up that confidence. Hit by 2S, good start there. Oh, punch, punch.
Baiting the burst.
Wait a
This
minute.
is really bad for Schmeep right now.
I may have just learned something.
What's
I
up?
don't think Schmeep is a free agent anymore.
Really?
I believe he has joined with the Gorilla Cult. Or the Church of the Gorilla. He
makes
has!
sense.
He has found the Church of the Gorilla through all of this.
He found his home.
Mayhaps the power of
Will
Monkey.
DP the meaty Fafnir.
Oh, but that Night Raid Vortex.
Will
Take-
neutral skip?
We love a good
Night
neutral
Raid
skip.
Vortex is just like Soul's neutral skip.
Moving it down,
Just-
playing the patient. 6P, holding back, down back. Blocking the DP. Going for a grab punish. Back turn stance again. Canceling into the low. This might kill.
Schmeep also proving that he also has a story to tell. Okay, I'm sorry.
Nice one, nice one. And the run up grab.
Envy retaliating. He is not going to sit down even with this little health he's got left, but he will get thrown out.
There we go. Moving into the final game between these two. Baiting out the
Ooh, not
DP.
able to punish the DP though.
Both of them staggering out their pressure.
Envy just playing the patient game, just waiting it out, waiting for Schmeep to make a mistake.
That counter hit could be it. Schmeep's already low.
Runs
Full
up and
screen
throws him.
run up. Escaping the corner. Into the 50-50
Oh, gets
low
him with
from
the
Fast
50-50.
RC. Throwing out the
And now
DP,
PA.
and that is the end. Envy is moving on.
With another perfect.
Holy good show. Both Envy and Schmeep. Shout out to both of them. Good stuff. Both of them played really well. Schmeep not letting anyone have an easy go through. Each of them, I think everything coming down to the wire with him. Really making everyone play to their strengths. Good show on both of you. Thank you both for participating. We now go into, I believe,
Back to winners.
Back to winners, which is July Free versus UMA.
Viking going against another Gold Lewis. So you did say that Spy was learning was learning Gold Lewis from UMA.
That is true.
So it looks like July is going from the student to the mentor.
Well, that is true. Their tournament run is recrowning both of them. UMA acting like a final boss almost. People are very excited to see how he's going to respond to this. UMA sweeps already in the chat.
change society. So instead of reflecting on themselves, they blame the beasts.
Well, let's hope that July is not free.
Classic. Classic Salty.
I'm shaking.
I got to get as many of these as possible.
My time is limited. I only have so much.
You fixing to start a war there, Hoss?
Letting the intros play out.
Let's see how these two react. Jump D.
Catching him with the 6P.
Gold bursting off, not wanting the tether, which might have been a smart play, even if you don't necessarily get the advantage of getting the gold burst. That's a lot of damage. Biken just 8.
Ooh, the drone disappeared just at the right moment. That would have been really bad because it would have actually interrupted July right there.
It would have, but the, but even though you throw him, the drone is going to catch that, sending him through wall.
Drone doing the work for Gold Lewis.
The drone is the second character in this matchup.
And there's the 6P. It's not an option you see very often, but it is an option that Gold Lewis will use when needed.
Guaranteed. Going here, building up some space with Tatami. Getting the hard knockdown. This is a safe jump here. You're gonna have to hold that block. Vikin's biggest strength is that our block strings are long, filled with a bunch of deceptive gaps.
A lot of 50-50s too, so you're just gonna have to guess a lot. UMA doing a great job at counter poking against July though. It may not seem like much, but those far slashes are really pushing July out. And now UMA has the corner against July. But July does get the hit. UMA using the offensive burst.
Clearing the screen with the Glock.
There's the gun.
Who cares if you can spend the entirety of the US military budget? I have this firework that clears projectiles.
That's a pretty drone you have here.
Would be a shame if I were to light it up. Yes, RC is the Vine Boom sound effect. I didn't get rid of that. A, because I need it personally. Because I can no longer play a game if the RC is not Vine Boom. I tried it. I forget where I was playing. I think I was playing on my brother's setup while we were playing. And I just could not get timings right for RC because I couldn't hear the Vine thud.
Gosh.
It's ruined me.
You don't. Now you're just gonna have the mental Vine Boom whenever you go to like locals.
Every single time. Ah, man, I wish there were locals in my town. That would be nice. Setting him through.
That will be it. That is death.
That's damage. Yep, this is Gold Lewis.
That is 80% raw, no butter.
That's just Gold Lewis.
No oil, no butter, 80% raw.
Throwing out the burst. The jump
By
K.
getting the double jump conversion.
Going for the side switch to cross up again into corner. Blocking the Gold Lewis mix. Setting him through shoulder check. 2H. Slam it down.
Ooh, great air throw.
Grabbing Biken directly onto the drone.
And that might have comboed afterwards too?
I think it would have.
Because the drone kept her in the air for a bit.
Oh, I have. Was that game 2 for UMA? I think it was.
Oh shoot, I didn't remember.
I kind of forgot. I got so lost up in the match. I'm sure they're keeping track. I'm going to keep it on 2 just now, just in case.
Huge damage for UMA. Really long combo too.
Oh, yeah. That
Yeah,
5K
July just having
pickup
to
is...
hold it. July can't do anything. This is it.
You got to spend your meter. That Flawless is going to have to carry you. The air backdash to avoid the behemoth.
July somehow making his way out though amidst all those coffins.
The strike throw is real here. Using the tether movement, but eating a 2P regardless.
Just going for a single JH and just going to get 2P'd out.
Ew. You feel that aerial behemoth typhoon crushing into you. Interesting air movement there as they kind of like switch places like once or twice.
They need to have like the fatal counters in Mortal Kombat, but in Strive.
Oh lord.
You get the aerial behemoth and the skull just crushes in.
The fucking x-rays. Oh, those are so good looking. UMA taking another game. Should it be 1-1? Oh, it is. Oh, it is 1-1. You're right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you're right. I totally forgot. You're right. My bad. I fucked up. I messed up. I'm sorry about that, folks.
Dealing the burst.
I got so lost in the games. Alright, setting it through. July building their space, standing about even here. Setting out the drone, wanting to build a bit of aerial, building up that space so they can't take full control of the screen there.
Ooh, this might whiff. No, not quite. That will punish.
The recovery frames on Behemoth are large to reflect the kind of chip damage you get from it. Tico
Oh, but he
Yozansen
will.
met with
Super
a
the
solid
Yozansen.
2 cranks.
You will not instant overhead me.
Claw grapple moving through. You gotta love that. Sending out the claw, not really following up with it, just letting you know. Who knows? Oh,
UMA playing out of bike in space right now.
And like a little messed up, but with such a big body, you can do that. The coffin swings far and wide, and it does not discriminate.
Yume really is not enjoying this.
No, definitely not enjoying being forced to put in these blockstring situations with a staggered Biken.
But he's still playing patient as ever.
Sometimes you gotta, with a character like Goldless, you gotta find your
He
opening.
will get counter hit. But yeah, like you were saying, you do have to play the patient game as Gold Lewis when your defense isn't the strongest.
2K into 2K. Getting the corner here into a safe jump. Staring out there, 2K just waiting for UMA to press a button. Pushing the bad touch with the close slash. This could be bad for July. You begin to play Gold Lewis's game. Countering the cross up. Moving back.
That's what we love to see here.
Was going to get a grab.
July had to stop that combo short.
Joan really do be telling you your time's up. It's my turn to combo. Taking game number 4. This is coming down to the wire here for UMA and July. Back and forth, up and down. Building up that space. We've seen this all before. Throwing out that 2P, buffering behemoths. Returning blockstring after blockstring into each other, building up slight bits of chip. Neither of them fully able to open the other up. Both of them have limited access to overheads. This spell looks bad for UMA. It's biking in corner with some decent meter. He's got the health to work with, though.
Oh, that will catch him for trying to do a round start option with the behemoth.
That grab is going to almost seal it. If UMA isn't able to take this game back, gonna have to take these 2 games in a row, and it's not looking good as a start as Biken takes control early in this match.
Will July actually beat the mentor? It is looking like it. It's big damage.
If July beats UMA here, UMA has to run through losers and has to fight K20, someone else in his organization, both of them both loyal members of Guard Crush.
Oh, but he will bait that burst out. I'm surprised that was a blue burst, actually, though.
I am too, actually.
Then maybe that was not what he was expecting it to be. But July taking it 3-1 over UMA. Was it 3-1?
It was
3-2, my bad.
3-2. UMA moving on into the final round of losers, having to beat Envy. I don't know why I mentioned K20 earlier. We're not going to worry about that. Don't worry about that. I don't know why K20 was on the brain. We're going to fight Envy, member of the Raccoon Gang.
I know in the past that Envy and UMA, or Envy has not the easiest time against UMA.
That is true. I believe they have fought each other before. I believe UMA was the one who sent Envy here. No, it was sent Envy. No, it was UMA who sent Envy here in the first place. This is the salty run back we've been waiting for.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So
Make sure to change the name.
I'm getting there. Oh.
Yeah.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Oh, I haven't switched around between player 1 and player 2. Shoot. Ah, heck no.
Envy just has to play around the drone. UMA just taking that time just to close the distance. And this should be death.
I think this is...
That is
it's
a full
not
turn. No,
dead!
not quite.
Gonna be sent through, but it is hard knockdown on the other side. Gonna eat up a
There's
decent
not really
amount of
much
meter.
you can do here. Just a slight pixel of health.
Jumpy eating the top of Soul's head there. Taking the first game.
Ooh, going for the round start DP. Interesting option from Envy.
Close slash and close slash. Hitting him back and forth. That burst could spell the end there without really taking the pressure back.
There's the strike throw mix.
Here it is, Tyrant Wraith setting him through wall. Probably not going to kill. It killed!
That will kill. Never mind. I thought the scaling was going to be so much more than that.
I lost my channel points, that's for sure. All right. Sending out 2K. Building up that space. It appears Envy is taking a bit of a different approach. Typically, as we saw before with Shmeep, they were willing to play this very defensive game.
Ooh, clashing with the Behemoth. I think that was a DP.
I think it was too. As you see
There's
before.
another DP, but drone showing that no, you cannot DP.
Helicoptering in.
Going straight into the Tyrant Rave.
Getting that hard knockdown, not really caring anything else.
Not able to get Oki off of that though.
Yeah, you had
Trying to
burst
delay
there.
his burst, but UMA proves that he can just wait longer.
I mean, you gotta at some point. Would you describe Soul as a miniskirt?
What?
No? Wait. Oh, kind
Wait, what?
of. In Soul's design, he has like a little like thing around his waist.
Is that?
I wouldn't call it like a mini
I wouldn't call
skirt.
that a skirt, no. That's more akin to like a loincloth. But it's not a loincloth, obviously. And that's just part of his jacket.
Soul's fanny pack.
Fanny pack.
He keeps his sun lotion in there. He burns easy. Give him a break. Envy taking that first one. Maybe it was quite a big deal. Throwing at that 2P, going for a frame kill. Eating that close slash into the burst.
There's the 5K.
It is back
Sting
and forth.
himself out of there.
Keeps his shades in there. Blazing forward, moving forward. Missing the pickup with the 5K.
Ooh,
It
this
looks
is really
like
bad. Oh, we'll get out with the hit with the Bandbringer. Or not Bandbringer. Band Revolver.
dropping the combo, waiting for the burst. UMA holding on to it.
There's the burst bait.
And this is the end, I believe. Envy taking game 2. We're neck and neck here, folks.
Pathetic.
You know, sometimes I do say that burst paying too much is pretty bad, but
You know what?
it did pay
Sometimes-
off for Envy.
Sometimes you just need to wait, you know? Sometimes you play the patient game with the burst. Pressing a lot of buttons in neutral, waiting for Envy's approach, fighting his demons.
That's half health gone for Envy already.
And just a few interactions, not even a full combo interaction. Oh,
Envy
swing!
not having much to work with.
Punishing the aerial behemoth, taking the corner, whiffing the throw, but is able to PRC to keep it safe, shimmying UMA back.
There's the burst bait.
And this is going to send him through wall. Still got enough health.
That was so oppressive from Envy right there. in the
Both of
corner.
them are about to die in one interaction. One good hit, and they both take it.
Envy just walking back, waiting to be patient, but
Talk about a
UMA
good
just
hit!
blows the space, and then Envy just had no space to breathe.
So next up, Envy just sitting there waiting. Looked like they get counter hit by the 2P. 6S counteracting the max range of the behemoth. Oh, that 5H counter hit. Keeping the pressure nice and strong. Good stagger pressure, setting him wall with super. Tyrant Rave, this killed last time.
But
And
not
once
killing here.
again, I am wrong again. I am broke. I am bankrupt. And setting
This is
him
why you always throw. Oh,
This way?
You know what?
You
to
know-
be fair, you're a fellow rock enjoyer.
I am a rock enjoyer. I appreciate things killing.
I can respect that.
Setting him through, bouncing off wall, getting the dust loops.
Envy playing patient and is starting to pay off a little bit more.
Registry keeping himself plus off of the RC. Go forward.
What great spacing from Envy right there.
What crazy spacing.
The drone, the orb of death.
Now able to get a bunch off the RC. Whiffing the 5K surprisingly a bit too early, it looks like. Sliding under the drone. Catching the air dash.
He went for the second burst bait. I think UMA's recognizing this is just not wanting to burst.
There we go. There's the
We'll use
burst there.
burst there.
Gets eaten by the drone though.
Looks like Envy just opted just to send it.
Back and forth. Or full
There's
screen
the
run up
throw.
grab. We've seen Envy do
shown
this
as
a few
Kai player
times.
At heart.
Maybe Sol and Kai can get along after all.
He's letting the suppressed Kai come out.
Inside every Sol player is a Kai player waiting to hatch.
This is so true, though.
Throwing it out. Success. Backdashing, waiting for the 6P. Trying to get a shimmy out. Envy doesn't got a lot of health to work with here. They're not quite in the yellow, but with gold, Lewis, it doesn't quite matter. Setting you through wall with full meter here. You're going to have meter to play with at the post wall break situation. You have super knockdown after. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Shimmy's out the throw. This could be the end.
Ooh, another shimmy at the throw. Try to counter poke with a 6A. Oh, it's the 6P, but catching with the 5K. Closing out the first round.
UMA is going to need to take in the next 2 games. Let's see if he's able to do it. Starting off with an overhead.
Envy showing that he has adapted to UMA.
Setting out the gold burst. He's got full meter to work with here. Full cranks! But a DP
he
to stop
DP'd
the
though.
reversal! The volcanic
I think that
viper.
might have been a preempted DP.
It might have been. The full might of the military is not strong enough as a single volcanic viper. Yume's got a little meter to work with. Let's see if he's able to make something worthwhile. PRC drifting forward, keeping up the combo. Throwing up the drone, keeping up the
going
neutral.
to build up all that meter from positive bonus.
6P clashing
Ooh.
with the aerial behemoth, getting the 2P mash. Or 5P mash, I should say. But the banner
And
revolver
catching
to the
with
face.
the banner revolver. That will close it out for Envy, taking the game over UMA.
UMA is being dropped out by Envy, getting the salty run back ever since sending Envy there to the first place. Leaving Envy to fight July in grand finals. Before we get to that, I'd like to thank everyone who participated today. Thank you all for showing out. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that you all hopefully had fun, that everything worked out well. Sorry about there were a few technical difficulties at the start, but I think we got them taken care of now. Thank you to all the people who helped me manage the bracket, namely Dimmy. Big fan. Thank you for being really cool. And thank you to the chat for all showing up, hanging out as we watch the first season of this Witch Wars. Hopefully this will become a more consistent thing and we can, get the community a little bit more involved. And thank you all for showing out, and for everyone here. We do have the beginners next week as well before we get started with this. So if you're wanting to hang out with us and you're not really sure, like, I don't know if I can fight Envy or July here, don't even worry about that. You're fighting your Fido peers who are just picking up the game. July steps onto the podium and we are moving into the final game here. Almost. I believe we have grand finals after this, but we're not gonna worry about that. All right.
All right, Soul versus Viken. I find it funny that this matchup in particular, because you'll notice that a lot of Soul players, when they're tired of playing Soul, they don't go to Kai. Surprisingly, they go to Viken.
Viken is a pretty strong character. They play very similarly, building up these plus frames, this strike throw situation of keeping you just kind of guessing on whether or not it's your turn to press.
And then having just explosive punishes.
My blade is your blade.
Mm-hmm.
Your blade is my blade.
We're going to let the intro play for the grand finals.
You done talking?
So I don't believe July has dropped yet. Meaning Envy here is going to have to believe I take 2 sets in a row. Starting with that dash forward FD, we see that every once in a while, wanting to catch out these potentially unsafe buttons that that his opponents throw out. Catching that with a jump S. Throwing out that DP in neutral.
Envy finally committing to something.
Finally, both of them wanting
And
to
now
do
his
something.
pressure has started, and that is death.
And you're dead. As soon as Sol gets going, you just blow up, and that delayed bandit revolver catches so many people, especially when you're used to punishing it when you only hit once.
Yep.
Baiting out the parry with the backdash. You're gonna get full wall comboed here. Envy setting him through the wall.
With that momentum.
Catching with
Try to bait out a
Yes.
burst.
There's the burst
Now
there.
July is bursting. This is it. But
That was a
not
very
able to close it
dominant
out.
round. Envy starting off and not playing any games, taking that first round quick.
That was a bargain bin perfect right there. Only damage he took was from Chip.
That is true.
And July showing that this is his turn now.
All right. Moving through, Baiken taking that next round backward,
Extremely
showing
dominant.
you very, very dominant. Really telling people, nah, you can't have this match free. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. Setting through.
July
both
is not
rounds,
free.
July is truly not free. Mayhaps free in their combos, but they are not free in this game. Setting them forward, taking the corner. This is where Soul wants to be. Missing
We tried to set up a strike throw mix there, but didn't quite work out. Using the vortex, going to swap sides into the wall break. Oh, never mind. He drops it. Maybe you try to go for a Tyrant Rave?
It might have been. Either way, this might spell death here. Missing the 5K, dropping it. There's a chance for July to come back here. Gonna eat a 5H to the face, moving on into the third game. You see these far slashes from July, a very safe button, very disjointed, only 10 frames. Catches a lot of people. Envy's being very defensive about it, calling it out.
July's just bursting. Get off me. Envy's bursting too. No both players with no burst on the table.
Coming it through.
Again, Envy trying to find his opening, but July gets the hit with Far Slash, starting his own pressure, going
Punching
into the
the sweep.
50-50s.
The
That
instant
should be dead.
overhead into their wall, using the Glock to break the wall, taking the next game.
仇討ち是非なし阿ビに天のホース戦意成敗
1-1.
1, here we go. Setting it forward. This is going to be a pretty good situation for Baiken, getting the projectile Oki with Tatami.
Punishing that 6H right there.
Deep
extremely negative move.
Getting a good punish there. This might look bad for Envy, taking the second game. Hasn't really put any damage on the board except for a few pokes here and there. 2S is going to catch the backdash.
July is covering all of Envy's options right now. Envy is just not getting allowed to do anything.
Envy playing
And
a lot.
2H just catching his feet.
Envy playing a lot more defensive here. Kind of playing to Envy's game of just poking and staggering. Crushing down. Jumping out, baiting out the throw. This is going to send them through wall. You got enough meter there right at the end. You might have been able to super wall break. Didn't want to risk it, though. Oh, look at that strike throw. You're tethered up. You're
Oh,
going
it's
to
gonna
get...
DP out.
Oh, but the
Oh,
rope
but
messed
tether
up the combo.
shenanigans messed up his combo.
Get lost up in the rope, dropping your combos. Eating it to Tommy midair.
July opting to burst this. Looks like a waste of a burst, though. He thought he could win it.
He really thought he could take it, and he might have been right. If he would have gotten a good hit, he might have been able to blow up Envy.
That's so true.
Moving into this game 3, July might not get their burst back. Envy got that burst bar bursting and waiting in case July takes their turn. Carrying you to corner. Eating you with the Bandit Revolver. Willing to take that risk of
Crazy
being minus.
Tyrant Rave.
This might be a perfect on the high ends of Envy. Eating
And
with
there
a
it is,
5K
meaty
meaty.
5K.
Game
This
2.
might be the perfect that Envy needs to get the bracket reset.
Moving on to game 4 here. Let's see if July is able to take this back. Keep it tick for tack, I believe is the expression. I'm going to pretend that's right.
I don't know what that expression is used for, but yeah.
We're going to hope it's right. It's okay, guys. I failed high school English. We're not going to worry about it. Setting it through here. That
There's
2S
the 2S.
disjoint. Expanded hurt box. You hurt to see it. The burst bait. Full screen. Corner to corner. Mr. Worldwide. Soul bad guy. Sending it down. Sending him... Not sending him
Ooh,
through
well,
wall
not
because
sent
of the
through wall
tether!
Because of the tether.
DPing. And gonna get punished for it. Let's see if July is able to take this back. Oh, that 2S hurts. Setting you to wall. You have enough time to press a button. Baited out the 6P, though. Sliding
Going
underneath!
under the chain with Vortex. That's not an option I don't think we've seen yet from Envy.
I don't think it is. Envy willing to show that they have a very deep understanding of this matchup, knowing when they can do what they can do. Going for that strike throw, taking the next game.
We tried a Vortex again, but the Tatami just slammed right on his face.
That full screen run up, not afraid.
Big
running in
2H
after the
counter.
recovery.
This is huge damage for July right now.
It's probably not going to kill, but it's not looking great. It's hard knockdown on the other side of the wall. Positive bonus biking. You got your burst ready.
He does have burst, but I don't know how this is going to take him. He has a full health bar to work through.
By the time if he's even able to work down through that health bar,
Any
they're
touch
probably
for
gonna
Viking
get
will do it.
their burst back.
Oh, great air tech.
This could be a robbery. You're gonna get your burst back here.
Oh, he
Resetting.
dropped it.
Dropped with the wild throw. July
I don't
taking
know.
game 4.
I'm not sure if that was a reset or if that was a legitimate
Might
drop.
have been a
But
reset.
But it did look like very...
I think you're.
It did look unintentional.
I think you can end it with Volcanic Viper.
Yeah, that is. I think that's what that's what I thought he was going for.
That's what I thought so
But
too.
just
It might have.
dropped it
It might
there.
have just been a reset. Not wanting to break wall, play neutral. Makes sense. Bursting back into the wall, the offensive burst. Can't get your burst baited if you were using it on offense.
Ooh, July is cleaning this round right now, though.
That
Blocking the
50-50.
50-50 into the low.
DPing through the cross-up of... This is going to be a lot of damage. This might kill. Oh, this definitely kills. I thought it had a little bit more health than that. Envy is going to have to take these next 2 games if he wants the bracket reset.
Envy has proved that before, but July has been making great adjustments to Envy this entire match. And he's been not letting Envy really do anything these past few rounds.
Sending out with 6S. That disjointed. The 2S hits. Back in neutral.
Oh, that 2H is going to catch him because he's not blocking low. That's such a scary move you're going to have to look out for.
Going
Tries
for
to
the air throw.
2S, this is big for Envy. He has the corner now.
Read the jump, but didn't go for the air throw. Oh, this could be it.
July is going to build up his burst. Is he going to use the burst here, though? No, he will not. He's opting to hold on to his burst for now.
Gonna hold on to it. Barely built enough meter to keep themselves safe. If they didn't build that meter, they would have gotten punished.
Set point for July. Both players have burst.
Having to spend the burst early, but the mat stays even after the 6S. It's a bad position for Envy
Great
here.
block on the cross-up, but not the low.
Getting hit by the 6B as they try to challenge on their landing. Getting with the counter!
Goes out, gets the parry. Doesn't quite kill, though.
Getting the 6H. Getting the air
the
throw.
air-
July
air
will be
throw.
taking it all the way into grand finals with a flawless run-through bracket. Congratulations, July, for being our very first Witch Wars champion. Woo!
Placed everyone involved.
Well played to everyone. That was a good run all the way through it. GG's all around. Thank you all for playing. Envy has won the... not Envy, sorry. July has won the good old-fashioned tournament winner role in the Discord, as well as a little bit of recognition. Thank you all for showing up and having fun. And thank you all for participating and coming around.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe... Wait a minute. July has joined an organization. It's real. They are part of the Public Safety Devil Hunters.
Public Safety Devil Hunters. That's actually kind of fitting, considering what Soul is.
You know what? Yeah, I do think that is pretty fitting.
Well,
GG's.
not really anymore, not in Strive. But yeah.
Oh, for sure. Regardless, thank you all for hanging out, showing up. That's going to call an end to the stream. Thank you all. I'll see you all later. Thank you. Bye-bye.